Minya. Hello, nya. I'm virtual Neko Mia Sebastian. Today we're doing something a little bit different, having a bit of a chat, just hanging out a bit. I'm gonna be talking about the trip that I went on while I was gone for like a month. I mean, I was back like a couple weeks ago, but I've been streaming on Twitch a little bit. I had to do some like setup for this stream first, so yeah, I'm a little delayed. Also, I was like super jet lagged, like so I was kind of low energy. I didn't want to do this stream and then have it be like a bummer, you know. I wanted to like actually have it be like yeah, like be passionate about it. Maybe I'm not so passionate about it right now, but I'm pretty high energy, I'd say. I'm better than I was. Gosh, yeah, I was tired for like several weeks. It was crazy. It was so bad. I have no idea. Like I'm just weak to jet lag, I guess. Anyway, I'll go down here. Yeah, so I'm gonna show off some pictures, talk about what happened. And that's all there is to it. I'll still stay up here like this for now. We're chilling still. Yeah, gosh dang, Krita has like such a ginormous picture. My phone just takes such high quality pictures. It's like lagging out Krita, you know. Anyway. Alright, I guess I'll just get started. Yeah, I wrote down some notes just to be safe. Actually, I wrote down a lot of notes because I don't remember things very well, but we have the notes, so that's the right side of that. And then I'll get to the pictures later. I didn't take any pictures like on the plane or anything. I should take more pictures. I need to take more pictures of like food and stuff too. I'm really bad at that. I always like eat the food. I'm like, wait, I should have taken a picture. All right, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so at the airport, I went to this like local, or not, maybe not local place. Anyway, a place, it was like a like taco place or like Mexican food place kind of deal. And I got these like nachos. I'm like, oh, I'll have a little snack before the flight. They were like the biggest, like most ginormous thing of nachos ever. Oh my gosh. Oh, gee, it's Neko. Where was he? Konakiriko-san. Hello, Nyan. Thanks for coming. How's it going? Yeah, I was gone for a while. At least, or I was back for at least a little while too, but I was gone for much longer than that. Anyway, I'm talking about my trip. I just got started, so whatever. Grab a seat or have a seat, grab some popcorn. Yeah, this is just a talking stream, and I'll show off pictures once I get to that part. But we have a few days before that. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, at the airport I had these, I thought it would be like a small thing. It was like a ginormous plate of nachos, and I'm like, man, they were so good. They had like the peppers, and they had like, it was really good, but like I tried to finish it and I didn't. It was way too much. Like I ate like a bunch of it. I got so sick. Like not like actually sick, but like my stomach was hurting for like quite a while. Like in the airport I was like, oh man. Yeah, luckily it got better. Yeah, oh yeah, because the plane took like forever to do its thing. So yeah, I got on the plane. They were handing out drinks, right? And they're like, hey, you want a water? And it was a tray, right, of a bunch of glasses of clear liquids, and they said, do you want a water? I thought, well, yeah, I'd like a water. I mean, I filled up my water bottle, but if you're offering. And so I took one and then I took a sip. I'm like, wait, that's not water. So I accidentally got a thing of alcohol, of like champagne or something. I did drink it though. It actually I think helped with like my tummy ache. Like something about the bubbliness of it. No, rip, I know. Yeah, it was like it wasn't that bad as much as I thought. It was just the surprise of expecting water and it's not water, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, like people who don't like oatmeal raisin cookies, it's like they're like, you know, it's not that it's a bad cookie, it's that you're expecting a chocolate chip cookie and it's not, and that's the worst thing. That's so sus, offering alcohol as water. Well, I mean, they probably were saying it to every single person, you know, do you want, you know, water, champagne, or water, wine, whatever, you know, they probably just forgot, you know, they have a tough job. And to be fair, it was a little tinted, like it was a little like, what do you, like yellowish or like yellow greenish maybe? I don't know, like wine color, I guess, alcohol color. Anyway, it was very mild though, which was good because I learned later that I'm not good at drinking alcohol. I don't like it very much. At least like the alcohol part of it. Anyway, we'll talk about that somewhere later. Anyway, my tummy was feeling better. We got up in the plane. Plane was doing its thing. It took forever. I guess international flights. Actually, on the way back was way quicker. I guess international flights leaving from America are take really long. It was like 2 hours from the time I got onto the plane to the time they actually left. Maybe even longer. It was crazy. And like when we got up to like cruising altitude, they're like, all right, we're gonna hand out the food, which I already pre-picked. I picked my like noodle something or another. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get the noodles. Noodles are great. It's allegedly a vegan option, or like more vegan than, you know, anything else. Cause like, you know, I've been kind of hinting at it. Like while I'm at home, like for the few weeks before I left, I was like, I stopped buying meat and like eggs and like milk and stuff from the store. I like, you know, I figure if I don't buy any new stuff, like it'll help at least a little bit. Like I'm not like super strict about it. Like if I get a candy bar and it uses like, you know, shellac for the coloring on it, like that's like, you know, what are you gonna do, right? But I'm doing my best out here, you know. I'm doing much better than I used to. I used to eat like so much cheese and like drink so much milk and stuff. So now I eat, you know, not those things. Anyway. Beyond the trip, I'm like, I'm gonna try to do my best. Like I know I'm going to Europe, like I'm not gonna eat vegan meals all the time, like I understand that, but I'm gonna do my best. So if there's a breakfast buffet, I'll try to choose, you know, the vegan or vegetarian option if I can. Anyway, where was I going with that? Yeah, anyway, so that's why I chose the noodles over like, it was like beef roast or like, you know, chicken. It's like half a chicken with the feathers still attached, you know, like it was better than the other options. Anyway, when we got up to cruising altitude, it was like way like bumpy. It was like crazy bumpy, which I have no idea why, because the way we flew, like normally when you fly the mountains, it's bumpy. The way we flew, there were no mountains. It's plains for like hundreds of miles. So it's like, I don't know what the bumpiness was being caused by. It was plain, dry, hot, sunny weather. No cloud, not a single cloud in the sky. I have no idea why it was so bumpy. Anyway. But yeah, they were like, oh, we're gonna offer the gosh dang, what do you call that? Like food, we're gonna bring you the food now, right? And then it started getting bumpy after they said that. So after like, you know, however long, like, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, they eventually brought the food out, and I think they just left it out, like half prepared it, but they had to sit back down. It was like such bad turbulence that when it got there, like the noodles were not very good. They were just so mushy. Maybe noodles just aren't good airplane food, but they were just like mushy and like they didn't hold together. They didn't have like any gluten structure, you know? So they were just like paste. It was just like flour paste. And like, I don't know why people don't understand this, but like vegan options, right? Like you don't just get rid of the meat and the dairy and everything else, right? You replace them with stuff. So it was basically just a noodle dish. What's up with airplane food? I know. Well, I'll tell you on the way back, it was way better. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that way later. But anyway, yeah, what was it? Yeah, the noodles were just, yeah, so they didn't, you know, it's like, it's as if there was supposed to be something else, because it was just noodles and like peppers was the noodle dish. It said like, I think stir fry something or another, or like whatever, but I don't know. I feel like in a vegan dish especially, you want to add like a protein, you know? Like you could have so easily added like edamame or like even like lima beans or whatever, you know, like some kind of protein. Tofu would have been great. But it was just noodles and peppers. I guess there was the other stuff. Oh yeah, and the other stuff. So they brought out like the side dishes, and I forgot what they were. Let me see if I wrote it down. I don't think I did. Oh yeah, the salad. The salad was not bad. I've been into salads actually lately. Yeah, the other thing was shrimp. It's like, okay, well, screw me, I guess. I had them. I mean, it's not like I'm allergic. I just, you know, want to limit. But if you're already bringing me, it's not like I'm gonna not eat. It's not like, you know, the end of the world. So anyway, they weren't bad, but they weren't great. They were like cold shrimp with like a tomato like paste or something. I don't know. It was weird. It was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. What is up with airplane food is true. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, the salad was probably the highlight of that meal. I've been really into salads. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, so did the plane, got there. I tried sleeping on the plane. I did sleep a little bit. I slept really well when I got there. Oh yeah, so yeah, the hotel. Yeah, so when I got there, I was like super nervous and like, you know, it's in a different country and like, you know, everything was in German, right? And like, so I flew to Germany and then went into Switzerland soon after. That's the timeline, because there are no direct flights to like where like Zurich or anywhere. The only flight I could get was to München. What is that? Munich. So that's the one I took, and I just drove, drove and then did train later. But yeah, drove into Switzerland. So anyway, yeah, I got there and like the airport, outside the airport, there's like this big plaza, like a giant like open, but it was covered. It was like it had like a glass like roof, and it was like a plaza area. And I was like so freaked out because when I got there I was so like agoraphobia moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm so scared, like what if I can't talk to anybody, or like what if, like, you know, I was all scared. Anyway, I realized later on the trip, I just don't like big spaces, because in places where it was like not as like open like that with as many people, I was totally fine. I was like, man, I like, you know, I thought it was like the different culture or like the language. No, it was just me being an agoraphobic, neat Neko over here. Because like if I went to a big plaza in America, I would probably die, like no question about it. And so yeah, anyway, yeah, the hotel was right next to the airport, which was ginormous. Like you could literally just walk there like through the plaza, like no cars. That was such a good idea. Oh my gosh, I was so tired after the plane. Yeah, let me think. Yeah, I walked around a bit and explored. There wasn't much to explore. I mean, I don't know, everything, it was like surrounded by cars. I feel like that's a lot of places, or they're similar to America in that, you know, you can walk around, but you just can't walk around anywhere else outside the, you know, the little area, because there's cars everywhere. Like what are you gonna do, walk on the highway? And I didn't have the car yet. So anyway, yeah, I found a little convenience store. It was kind of actually really cool. It was like either a co-op or like one of those things. Maybe not a co-op, but it was some kind of convenience store. They had all sorts of cool stuff in there. Like there was like a whole aisle dedicated to like chocolate, like high quality chocolate. I'm like, oh, this is it, you know? Yeah, and I got a noodle thing there to like redeem my noodle experience, and they were really good. It was like a pasta, like creamy something or another. That was really good. Oh yeah, and then the hotel room, I found a channel that was playing Beauty and the Beast in German. Oh my gosh. It was so cool. It's like, man, I don't know anywhere near enough German to understand that. I only know enough to like, you know, oh, I would like this. How was your day? You know, I would like this thing on the menu. What do you recommend? You know, like that kind of stuff. Like, oh, good morning, you know. Like that kind of stuff. Like I didn't understand anything. But it was fun to watch. And then what happened next? Oh yeah, that place. So I stayed there again on the way back. The buffet there was so good. Oh my gosh, it was like really good. They had like so much stuff, and I learned this later when I went there for dinner. It was like a gourmet like restaurant. It was so crazy good. Yeah, anyway, let's see if I wrote down what I got, because there's so much stuff. And I wasn't feeling good too, which is why it was helpful, because most buffets, well, I mean, especially in America, but there too, there were a bunch of buffets that were just eggs, sausage, bacon, and that's it, you know, oatmeal or muesli or something like that, you know, like it was a little limited. But anyway, this place was not. This place was great. I didn't say what I got other than rhubarb juice, which was really good, by the way. There was a lot of rhubarb juice for some reason. I don't know. It was really good. Anyway, I got the car. The car was like super nice, by the way. Driving there is super nice. Driving here is I think better. Driving in America, I think it's better. I mean, unless you're like on like the Autobahn or something like that, but there's so much city driving. Like city driving in America sucks, right? It's terrible because driving is terrible and it sucks. That being said, it's still better than what I experienced in Europe, or in whatever, Germany and Switzerland particularly. So I drove to Garmisch-Partenkirchen next, which is in Germany, so I crossed whatever, or is in Switzerland. Wait, is it? Anyway, we get into Switzerland at some point. Yeah, I got there and I went for a walk. It was like a really cool walk. So I went to like the little tourist like like info area, and I was like, hey, are there any like things you recommend, like hikes or anything like that? They're like, yeah, there's this hike. It's like, you know, over here, and you can hike and you see the valley or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I'll go do that. And I'm like, do I have to drive or can you walk there? They're like, oh, you can drive, or you're what was it? You can walk, but if you drive, the parking's really bad, or some weird thing like that. I'm like, okay, I'll just walk. Like, that's fine. Anyway, it was a long walk. By the time I got there, by the time I drove from like the little parking like lot to walked from the parking lot to the like trailhead, it was like 20,000 steps. Just for perspective, a normal day is like maybe like 3,000 to 7,000 steps for me. 20,000 steps is way too much. And that was to the start. That was when I got to the start thing where it's the sign. It's like, okay, now you can start thinking about the trail. Oh my gosh, it was so long. Because I basically had to walk all the way out of town. I was like in the center, smack dab center of town. I had to walk all the way to the edge of town to get to like the like gorge or whatever. Anyway, so I walked back. Oh yeah, on the way back, a gosh dang kid rammed into me with their bicycle. It was like, what the heck? I was like so upset. Let's see, 20,000 steps. Oh yeah, I found that must have been like a more hip. It felt very modern in a lot of ways, you know, like there was like the historical part of town. But I found a place, they were like, oh yeah, there was like bowls, you know, like rice and like whatever bowl type stuff. So I found a Buddha bowl, which was actually really good, and I think a smoothie of some kind, like a mango smoothie. It was really good. And it was like exactly what I needed after like a huge hike. I was extremely sleep deprived, and because this is like what, day 2 or technically day 3 from when I left for travel. Like I was so sleep deprived and like jet lagged. So I was like exactly what I was like, it was so good. I'm like, oh yes, like, this is exactly what I need. I couldn't finish it, unfortunately. Like the portions there were pretty ginormous as well. But that was good. Anyway, yeah, the hotel there was a little bit of a mess. It was like some kind of resort thing, and it was supposed to be all like fancy. I'm like, oh, it'll be so good. But the room was like on a corner next to like some like either pool or like spa area, and on the other side was like the lawn area. And so the result was people were running past, like kids and stuff were running past the window. I don't know why I'm doing motions with my finger when you can't see my finger. Neko needs hand tracking. Will anybody make Neko a 3D model, please? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so there are people running past through me, and so it's like 10 p.m. I'm like trying to fall asleep. There's just kids like running past the room screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm like, oh my gosh, please, I need to sleep. Like... And it was the worst thing too, because like early in the day, like 4 p.m, I could have just zonked out right there. I could have just slept immediately right there. But like when it was later, like there were kids, I was like, oh, I'm like, man, it was the worst. It was really bad. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I didn't end up falling asleep. It was just like the concept of it. I'm like trying to, you know, just relax and whatever. Anyway. And they were speaking English too. It wasn't even like the locals. It was not even the locals. It was literally like other tourists being loud and noisy. Like I don't think I'm like that. Like I'm noisy when I'm in my room, but I close the windows, I close the shades. They're like noise buffering like shades. They have the little like angle things in there. Like it may be a problem for my neighbors a couple hours in the evening. Like, but this was, you know. Well, actually, they probably don't even hear me because it's like a neighborhood and we're extremely spaced out for absolutely no reason. Neko will complain about America, suburbs, and population density later. Anyway, yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, and like the bathroom had like a semi-transparent window, and it was like right where people would run past. It's like, it's kind of bad. Yeah, let's see. So I spent one night there. Yeah, the breakfast buffet was not anything to write home about, considering I didn't write anything about it. That's what I'm gathering from that. Oh yeah, I woke up early. I went to the Zugspitze, which was like some mountain. I don't know if it's the tallest. I feel like a lot of places they're like, oh, it's one of the tallest mountains or something like that. I guess I went to a lot of tall mountains. Yeah, I went on the cog railway that went up there. that was pretty cool. It was kind of packed. Wait, do I have any pictures yet? Wait, I need to be showing pictures. Hold on. Let me just check what this is. This is from the top. Okay, we're getting the pictures. We're getting the pictures. We'll get there in a second. Let's see. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, now we're getting to the pictures. Anyway, yeah, it was freaking cramped in the train. Oh my gosh, it was so cramped. It was pretty bad. Like, I'm a pretty tall Neko, and like my knees were like, I was all crossed together, holding my little backpack, like trying to, like, whatever, like not like. it was really bad. It was really heavily packed. Yeah, once I got to the top, it was cool. So here, let me show some pictures. So this is from here, Zugspitze. Can I should have done this differently. That's okay. Anyway, so these are all with my phone, by the way. Isn't that crazy? Are these like such good? Like, look at the resolution on these. Isn't that so good? This is just with my stock iPhone 13 mini. I got it like just recently before the trip too, because my previous phone was like the battery would like die in like a couple hours, and I have to charge it really frequently. Anyways, here's a picture from the top. Yeah, so these are the mountains. They're mountains. I don't know what else to say. It was really cool because it went really. I mean, you had to take like a train to the top. Like hiking it probably would have taken like a whole day, if not longer. I mean, you have to be like really prepared. And there was another spot. I don't know if I have a picture of it. I'll keep going with it. Yeah, this is the other angle. So this is to the right of the previous picture. If you turn right, there's this. I don't know. It's a cool formation. These little cool mountain formations. I read a thing that like the rocks in the Alps. Is this the Alps? I wonder how that works. But I'm sure it's mostly similar throughout that area. Yeah, the like rocks through that area are like, what is that? They're made of limestone, which is why they get that like appearance compared to like other mountains I've been to. They look different. I'm like, why is that? It's because the other mountains are made of like granite and stuff. These are made of limestone, so like the glaciers like chip away at it and make these like sort of things. I don't know. Can I do this? There we go, that's better. Oh, we skipped one. This one. This is just another of the same mountains from before. Is this? That's the next area. Okay. We'll stick on these then. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I walked around a little bit. I actually got like a little like lightheaded. It's like almost like being at the top of Pikes Peak. It's like, you know, you get like a little lightheaded. I think this is lower than that. I think it's significantly lower. Like, I wonder what's the actual height. What do you call height for mountains? Kaibatsu. What is that in English? Above sea level. 9,000 feet. So it's a little shorter, but it's still pretty tall up there. Like the air is thin. Yeah, anyway. And yeah, so I got back a little early. It's like, yeah, it's fine. I've seen enough. People started lining up like behind me. I'm like, okay, that was the right idea. Like I did not want to miss the train back. Yeah, screw that. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't know, I like hiking, I think, more than trains, because the train was just so cramped. Trains are cool for travel, but not for like travel where you could have otherwise hiked, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's see. Headed back. I had lunch at the hotel again, or for the first time at that hotel place. I had the lunch there. It was kind of like a what do you call that? Like buffet style, like I don't know. Maybe I was expecting different. It may have been like a tourist focused place. Anyway, so I had a classic like schnitzel. I had some roast potatoes and veggies. I don't remember. I think the schnitzel was pretty good. I think it was just basic. Actually, yeah, it was middle of the road compared to what I had. I had some really good stuff though too, but it was better. I've had worse, certainly. At one place in particular. Anyway, and I had like a cake for dessert, or a little slice of cake for dessert, which was really good. Oh yeah, in the eve, yeah, I think I was just lounging around in the room in the afternoon. I was gosh dang jet lagged to gosh dang heck. It was really bad. And in the evening, I went to a local pizza place. Let's see. Oh yeah, I had a rhubarb soda. I don't remember. I think it was pretty good. I don't remember completely. Yeah, the pizza was, I don't know if that's a thing there. This happened at 2 different places. They didn't cut the pizza. They just give you a fork and knife and like have at it, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm just used to having the pizza cut for you, so having to like do it manually is just like, I was like shocked. I'm like, is that an accident? And I only ate like half of it, so I'm like, oh yeah. They're like, would you want a to-go box? Like, sure, I'll take it to go. There's a fridge in the room. So I think there was. Yeah, there was. Anyway, I'm like, I assumed they just forgot to cut it, and that they would cut it when they put it into the to-go box. I opened up the to-go box when I get back, and they just folded the pizza in half. They just folded it in half. Like, anyway, like the leftover half, they just folded to like fit in the pizza. I thought they would have cut it. Anyway, so I guess they don't cut pizza in that part of Europe. Who knew? Anyway, yeah, so the evening of that day was crazy. There was like, it was like sunny like during the day, like not a sign of a cloud in sight. But during the evening, there was a crazy, like out of nowhere rainstorm. Like I had the windows open and like the doors open and stuff, like out of nowhere, just pouring like flooding level rain. Yeah, like it was crazy. Yeah, and it was very windy too. Yeah, it was kind of crazy actually. Let's see. Yeah, the buffet breakfast again. I think it was around the same. I don't know. Buffet breakfasts are cool, but like it's a little boring. Like I don't know. Right. So yeah, that was the last day there. So I drove. Where was I driving to? Anyway, I stopped at Neuschwanstein. How do you pronounce that? Neuschwanstein, I guess in English. Neuschwanstein. Anyway. Oh, do I have a picture from the road? Let's check our pictures. Ta-da! That's the castle. So I think this is the castle that inspired like the, like what is it, like the Walt Disney like thing. Like this is what it's based on. Like this. Oh, am I drawing? Don't draw. No. Oh wait, did I mess anything up? Hopefully not. Anyway, just be safe. Yeah, anyway, so this was pretty cool. So yeah, it's like the typical, like when you think castle, like this is it. That's what they said. This is just a cool picture I got from it. Let's see what next. Yeah, this is from up close. There was a pretty challenging hike up there. It was pretty darn steep. Like it doesn't look that way. This is from the parking lot, I think. It's a pretty steep hike up there. It was quite a bit. Oh, it was very humid. So the trees were like a canopy covering all these trees all the way up. It was just a canopy of trees over it. So it was like completely shaded. It was like extremely humid, probably because all the vegetation and the trees, there was water around. There was probably a bajillion people contributing to it. A lot of tourists there. I guess it's a good touristy place. Anyway, I eventually got to the top. Oh, I did draw something. There we go. Yeah, this picture, this is just an aesthetic picture I took from the top. A close-up. Why are the windows? It's like a modern invention, doesn't it? Maybe they're like that, I don't know. Those look like more what I'd expect. Yeah, you don't get really many good views of the castle because there's either trees blocking it from too far, or if you're up too close, it's hard to get perspective on it. But yeah, you can walk around and like take some pictures. I think this is from a little ways down on the way back. Yeah, it's pretty darn cool. Here's on the way back. This is some lake, some say. I think did I walk to the, maybe not. I walked to some lake later. I think that's later though. Anyway, this is on the way down. Yeah, that was a pretty steep hike. It was pretty crazy. Oh, that's way later. Okay, we'll stick on this for now. Oh wait, I guess that's fine. Yeah, so this is on the way back from Neuschwanstein Castle. So that, after that, I think I had the pizza for lunch maybe, or maybe I got to the hotel first. Yeah, I drove to a nearby town called Fusen. Yeah, I had the pizza. Yeah, I went on a walk like through town to the, or like on this like trail path thing, like a mixed use path thing. There we go. To a lake. I don't think it was this lake. It was sort of some lake. I didn't get any pictures of it. There weren't any good like angles, because once you got close enough, it was just like buildings and stuff in the way and like people and stuff. You know, it was hard to get a good perspective. But when you're far enough away, there was like the town in the way. So anyway. Yeah, I walked to the lake and then just walked back. It was cool. Yeah, the view from the castle is better is what I wrote. I had the dinner in the hotel I was staying in that night. Oh my gosh, it was probably the best meal I had. I had a lot of good meals. This was one of the top ones, if not the best. It was gosh dang good. I had pork medallions, spätzle, and green beans racked in bacon. Oh, and I had my first beer, Hefeweizen, which I think was the best beer I had the whole trip too. Like, I think I learned this. I like beer with like flavor. Like, I don't really care about the alcohol. Like, the alcohol like gets in the way of my enjoyment of it, you know? And especially since like, I don't know, like I'm pretty like heavy too. So like it would probably take like a lot of alcohol to like get any effect on me. If I'm just drinking one drink, it's not gonna do anything. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I was really excited with that. It's like, it was I assume pretty darn traditional like food going on there. Yeah, I think probably one of the best meals. It was so gosh dang good. I don't think I finished it, but I got pretty close. And of course my first beer, and probably the best one of the, no, I think definitely the best one of the entire trip. Yeah, that was like gosh dang extremely good. Anyway, I had the breakfast buffet there. I said it seemed kind of skimpy, but I remember that it was pretty darn good. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just had the muesli or something. Oh, I had a bunch of meat. Yeah, a lot of breakfast buffets had like a million things of like cold cuts and like cheeses and stuff, which like, I don't know, I'm not really into in the first place. Like, it's not even that high quality. Like, it's probably just super like low quality because it's for a buffet, you know? Like, if there's some high quality stuff like that, like I'm fine having it, but if something like that, like, and it's like meat, like I'm fine. Like, I'd rather avoid that, you know? So I think I just had muesli and like some kind of juice probably. Passion fruit juice, a little acidic. And the fruit salad tastes like fish. Oh my gosh, the fruit salad that tasted like fish. Bleh, bleh. Oh my gosh, there was like the smoked like salmon or something, or smoked fish like right next to it. I don't know if I think I finished it out of courtesy, but I probably shouldn't have. It was very gross. Luckily I didn't get sick. So I think I'm getting to the end of where I think I get rid of the car pretty soon. Yeah, that day I drove towards, oh yeah, the hotel was great by the way. That was a really good hotel. Fusen, definitely a highlight. I would have stayed there longer if I had the choice. Fusen was gosh dang really cool. There just seemed like there was so much there and I just didn't get it. I was only there for like half a day. So anyway, I would go back there. Fusen. Yeah, so I drove towards Zurich. Let's see. Oh yeah, stop. So the gas stations there are really darn good. I got like a sandwich from one of them. Oh my gosh, it was such a good sandwich. Like, it was on par with like what I get from like a sandwich shop here. It was that good. It was crazy good. Gosh dang, an extremely good sandwich. What was it? It was like, I think meat and like lettuce and stuff like that. And of course, like I think with the most of these sandwiches, the highlight is like the bread for me. The bread is so good. The bread is so good there. It's just so much better than what I have in America. It's just so good. They just have bread down there. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. it's just good. Anyway, I saw a cool mountains and a lake on the way. I don't think I have a picture of those. What's the next picture? That. So I'll be at the. What the heck? We'll see how this goes. I'll have to read through this. I forgot quite a bit of stuff because it was just so long. You know, you can't remember everything. It's a cool picture for now though. Okay. Oh yeah, so Zurich. Oh, so I think I stayed in the airport hotel, like a hotel in the airport, just because that was a place to stay. And then I took the train because the train went to the next place. Anyway, yeah, I returned the car there. And I didn't get a car again until the way back. I forgot what it was like on the way back. They had a bigger one. The car was pretty cool. It was pretty big though. Like if you're gonna drive in Europe, get a small car. Get like a Golf or something. Like don't get like a big car. Like my car like here is small compared to like how big the roads are. But in Europe the roads are way smaller. You have to like maneuver. Get a small car. It's just a good idea. Yeah. Oh yeah. So went for a walk in a nearby park. So this is staying in the airport. Yeah. This is just an aesthetic picture that I found of like this wood stuff. I just thought it looked good. So there was like this nearby park that was like right. You know like you didn't have to cross any roads. You could just walk from the hotel like to this nice like green area, which is of course near the airport. Oh, that's why I did that. I see. There's another picture from the park. Oh, was there? I thought I went later in the day. I came back here because it was so good, and I'll explain why in a second. This is just another aesthetic picture. So I think this is the top of like a hill, and there's like some water thing up here. I didn't nab a picture of it, but there's like some like fountain thing. Yeah, it was just a really cool park in general. Here's another picture of this. Oh, it must have been the early evening when I got there. Was it? I don't remember it being that long of a drive. Maybe it was, or maybe I left late in the morning. This is like early evening, late afternoon type deal. Let's see. Oh yeah, so here, so you see these poles, right? See these little like poles here? You see there's little, those are snails on them. These little like poles. I can't see. Oh frick, I keep breaking everything. Yes, they're these here. And I noticed, I'm like, hey, there's some snails on these poles. So anyway, I took a picture. I think those are snails. Also, isn't this such an aesthetic picture with like the lighting and everything? I would submit this to like a contest. Like, and like the shading on these, such a good. Yeah, so I think these are snails. So here's my question: why are there snails on the light post? Is it going up to avoid predators? Are they getting moisture that collected up there? Is it warm because the light that turns on at night? Or maybe a combination of all three, or something else entirely. Either way, yeah, I saw those and I had to take a picture, and it's an aesthetic picture. Anyway, if anybody has any theories on why this happened, please let me know. I have zero clue. But I just thought it was so curious. Anyway, next picture. Or not next picture. Let's do something more aesthetic than that. Cool. Because I have more stuff to talk about. Yeah, so the local place was a Lebanese restaurant. Like the hotel restaurant was like a Lebanese restaurant, and like the person at the like what do you call that? Like the person that like checks you into your hotel, like, oh yeah, it's not quite traditional, but it's great. They're Australian, by the way. Like, yeah, it's not quite traditional, but it's actually pretty good. Or no, they said if you want something traditional, you can go somewhere else. And anyway, they're Australian. Oh, you just go around that corner and go around that corner, and then you're there on the 6th floor or whatever. But I thought like, hey, it's in the hotel. I don't want to drive anywhere. Well, I can't drive anywhere now that I don't have my car, or the rental car. But I thought like, hey, let's just try it. Oh my gosh, that was an experience. Oh my gosh, the gosh dang Lebanese food. It was like, so they brought out the starter. It was like some like flatbreads with yogurt. And they said like it was handcrafted like in the restaurant, a yogurt, and like some butter and some pickled vegetables. Oh, even I could have just been happy with that. And then they bring out this really good, it was like not broccoli. What's the other one? Like a cauliflower salad. It was just good. And then the next thing they brought was like, they brought some, it was like, not like flatbread, or maybe flatbread. It was some kind of bread with like stuffed in the middle with like meat and like maybe spinach or like some kind of vegetables. And they brought a dip of, it was like hummus with little like lamb, like meat chunks. Yeah, it was, and so they're like, yeah, you dip it in the thing. Oh, it was so good. I never knew Lebanese food. It was like probably one of the best restaurants I've ever been to, like ever. Like, I mean, that's the best food I can recall eating, like just in my memory that I can even recall. It was insanely good. And I was like the only person there, like, or I think everybody was outside and I ate inside. Maybe they were like smoking or something. Maybe I was just tired of being outside. Anyway, it was like, I had like the whole place to myself. I was just eating. The waiter was really nice. It was an experience, man. It was so good. I may have eaten too much. Oh yeah, and I got what was it? It was like a goat cheese creme brulee. At the end, it had little like candied apricots and what is that? Like candied rosemary, I think. It was good. I think I ate too much and got a little sick, but I went for a walk and felt better later. Nothing on the trip got me as sick as the nachos in the airport did. I just ate way too much of those, and it's because they're like high fat. You like never notice when you're full until it's too late. So that was pretty bad. But anyway, this was, I felt pretty bad, but then I went for a walk in the same like area, and I felt like fine after, or better after. Yeah, that place was so good. And the hotel was really quiet too. The hotel was really good. It was like soundproofed, probably because next to an airport, it was like soundproofed or something. Yeah, next day, breakfast buffet. It was at the Lebanese place, but it wasn't. It was just a regular breakfast buffet. I think it was just normal. I had muesli a lot of times. I feel like that's a lot of breakfast places, just like muesli and bread. Take it or leave it, you know? They had a bread pudding. I remember that was really good. Didn't like the grapefruit juice. Yeah, I think the grapefruit juice was too acidic. I think with other fruit juices, they must like add sugar. But with grapefruit juice, it's like a health food. They just don't add sugar. And it was just so acidic, it like hurt my stomach. And that's coming from me. I drink like apple cider vinegar diluted with water to like whatever periodically, you know, like, and that was too acidic for me. Anyway, I won't be having that again. I headed out on a train. I had to switch trains a few times because we went to, I think, where was it? Like Lauterbrunnen and then somewhere else. And anyway, ended up in Wengen. I think this was the coolest part of the trip. I got like an apartment. By the way, the person to like help me like with the apartment thing, they were Australian too. I'm like, wow, what are the odds? What are the odds? Them being out here. And yeah, so yeah, I got like a small apartment type thing. That was very cool. So I could like at least cook my own food sometimes and like, you know, make my own breakfast because the buffets kind of are not very good. Like if I'm gonna have muesli, I can just get that myself from the store. Let me see. Got groceries. Yeah, there was a little grocery store at like the very bottom of the hill from the apartment, so I had to walk up and down with the groceries. Yeah, I got stuff to make a pasta, and I made the pasta. Oh man, it was one of the best pastas I've ever made. It was so good. It was just pasta, like some veggies like tomatoes, carrots, onion. I think that was it. Maybe some other stuff like zucchini or something. Probably not zucchini, but like something else probably. And local like cheese and like a local pasta. It was like all like premium. It probably cost like $20 just to make this one pot of pasta. But oh my gosh, it was probably one of the best pastas I've ever made. Or ever eaten. I don't know. I feel like restaurants don't do pasta very well. They make it too like oily or something. Mine was like, it was perfect. I used some of the pasta water in there in the mix. I had the cheese, like the local like Gruyere cheese or whatever. And this is like, so Wengen, right? It's like a small like farming town. I think it's kind of touristy, but like on some of the hikes I went on, there were like cows right there. There were sheep right in the middle of town. So it's like, you know, these are like local products, you know? Yeah, so anyway, that was extremely good. And it was, oh yeah, I had beans in it too. For the protein, which of course, because I didn't have any meat. I guess the cheese goes, anyway, I want to make sure I get my protein, you know? I don't think that would have been a problem, but anyway, it's just the thing I do. Anyway, what else? Yeah, it was very good. I had that for the next few days. What else did I get there? Oh yeah, and I had bread. I toasted some, like, it was like a local, like, fresh baked bread with it. It was like a potato bread or something, I think. It was very good. Then I went for a walk around town. I don't think I have any pictures from that. Oh, yes I do. This is the town. So the hotel is like back here. If you turn around and go backwards and this way, if you turn around then on the right, or if you're looking this way to the left and backwards, is where, so I'm leaving the hotel and turning left, I guess, or not the hotel, the room. So these are the mountains. I think that's the Eigergletzer here, one of these is, and these are like the Three Sister Mountains maybe. Anyway, yeah, it's like an old rustic town. Like check out these buildings, they're just so like rustic and cool. I mean, it's like modern, right? But it's like very it's rustic, and like the roads, so and also there's no cars, there's little like carts and tractors, but that's it. There's no like regular, like a person can't own a car. It's like for like the carts for like the hotels and stuff, you know, and like the farmers that have tractors driving down the road with their produce, you know, or their cheese or whatever. Yeah, these buildings are so cool. I could live here forever. It's so cool. I would literally walk up and down however many feet of the hill. It's like over and over again. It was so cool. So I think the hill was around this corner and to the right, and it went down here, and that's where the train station was. And this is where the sheep were. There was a giant thing of sheep. I don't think I have any pictures of sheep. I don't think so. Yeah, so I was walking through the town a bit and just exploring. I saw a cool church and stuff like that. I don't remember what I had for it. Maybe I just had the pasta for dinner. So anyway, Next day, made some muesli I got from the store and some toast from the red I got and some jam. It was, what was that? Johannisbeeren? What is that? What are those? Red currants? Yeah, those are pretty darn good. The red currant jam. Right, it was raining like on and off in the morning. I'm like, man, should I go for a walk? Should I not? Eventually it cleared up and I was like, oh, I'll go for a short walk. The rain cleared up, or didn't clear up, but it was still cloudy, but like I had a break in the rain. And I headed on a trail that led to the Kleine Scheidegg, which I think is one of these mountains here. Let's see. I think this might be on the trail. It might be one of these two. So as you can see, this valley, I think this is maybe Grindelwald here. I don't know exactly which direction this is looking at. That might be Grindelwald. And you can't see, yeah, so like here, there's like all on like the cliffs or like the top of the valley, there's all these like little villages. I ended up looking this up later. So there's a thing that's done in like the Alps. It's transhumance. Alpine transhumance, I think that's right, where in the winter they go down to the valley to like, you know, raise their herd of cattle or sheep or whatever, and in the summer they graze them up on these like mountain pastures. So there's all these just huge pastures just naturally there, or maybe not naturally, I don't know, I assume it's natural, of like pastures of like, you know, wildflower pastures and like grass. So they bring them up in the summer when there's no snow, and then when there's the snow they go back down to the valley to like feed their hay or whatever. Anyway, and so you can tell that, you know, a lot of the stuff is built around that. So there's like all the houses up here and stuff, and like, anyway, it's cool. So I don't think actually, maybe not. Maybe I didn't hike up any of those. Those look pretty too far away. I need to breathe. Yes, this is the trail I want to say. As you can see, it's pretty cloudy. This is a bit later on the trail. The trail was actually really cool. It was really steep, like really darn steep. But I managed. I'm moderately fit. So I think this is near the top of the first steep segment. It's not as steep after, but it's still pretty darn steep after, but not as much as previously. Is that right? Maybe it's about the same. Maybe it's just a shallow section. Let's see what else. There's another picture from up there. So this is across the valley. So this is the trail goes this way. Here's the railway. So I took this the next day, the Cog Railway. But anyway, the trail goes this way. You can see my mouse somewhat, and so I'm going left is going up. Here's some cows I saw. This one is mooing or something, or burping or something. They're just right there. There's no like fence. They're fenced in, but the trail goes through their like area. So the cows are just right there. You can walk out and like touch them. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't like that, but they're just like chilling there, and they all have like cowbells. So they're all dingling and dangling when they're eating their grass. I don't know. It's just so cool. They're just there. They're just like chilling. Like, I don't know. And so I think I came from here-ish. So I had hiked quite a way by this point. As you can see here, I think there's some like little houses and like villages up here. Anyway, so it's still on the trail. It's just so cool. Yeah, this place is just so cool. I could literally live here forever. It's so cool. It's such a cool place. It's so cool. Gosh dang it. If I were to go back, like I would definitely have to hit here. The hikes were just amazing. The food was amazing. The town was amazing. It was walkable. There were like little carts and stuff, but there were basically no cars, right? So it was very cool. These are pictures from the hike. Okay, this is getting that. Yeah, so this I think is the Kleine Scheidegg. One of these, and one of these is the Eiger Glacier. Maybe this is the Eiger Glacier. Eiger Glacier. And as you can see, it was still cloudy. So when I looked back, I think it was raining in the town still. And I just had a window to get up on the mountain where it wasn't raining. Anyway, and of course you can see these like beautiful flowers and stuff. And I saw berries too. I think a later time I saw people picking berries up here. Is this the same day? Where is this? I don't remember this building. Maybe it's at the very top. Or maybe it's at midway to the top. I just thought the flag, and yeah. So this is one of these is the Kleine Scheidegg. There's like the Three Sisters Mountains. Anyway, just a cool picture of the Swiss flag and the mountain and all whatever. Majestic. Here we go, nice little reflection pic here. Dang, I need to remember to drink water. Did I talk too fast? Anyway, like so a reflection of the mountains there. It took a while to get this really good picture. It was a little windy, which is why it's that way, but anyway. Yes, this is on the second. That hike was the highlight. I think it was so cool. Is this the next day? Let's see. This might be the next day. Yeah, it's the next day. So let's chill. Let's chill here. This is the day, and this is pretty close to the top. It's still a little ways, but it's like an hour from here to the top. It was a long and steep hike. I climbed over 2,500 feet. Is that over a mile, or is that around a mile? How much is a mile? Anyway, I had some schnitzel and beer at the top. It was not very good. It was okay. The other schnitzel and beer I got, it wasn't schnitzel, the pork something or another I got was way better. This was like, it was a place meant to serve like the masses. I feel like it felt pretty like basic. It was definitely good after the hike, but like, I don't know, it didn't impress me compared to everything else I had. It was definitely like a touristy spot, which I tried to stick away from somewhat, but you know, you win some, you lose some. I was at the end of a hike. Oh, and the place I wanted to go to, like the hotel place eatery nearby with like the outdoor eating area was closed that day. Oh, I need to breathe, frick. Getting my cardio just from talking, man, jeez. Not really. Anyway, yeah, it was not very good. It was all right. Let's see. Oh yeah, it started pouring up there. I checked out the gift shop. I couldn't find anything. Yeah, and I took the train on the way back. Let's see. Got some snacks from the store, cookies and ice cream, and ate those in the room. And that was that day. So that was probably the best day of the trip. It was pretty cool. Frick, I need to remember to breathe. I've just been talking like crazily here. Maybe I should have split this up into 2 streams. Let's see how far along we are. 1 hour. We can make it. I may take a cough drop break. I'll see how I'm feeling. Yeah, so I had the same breakfast in my like room, just the toast with jam and the muesli. And then I took the train up. So the previous day I hiked up and took the train down. Today I took the train up. I hiked another 1,200 feet up. Not to the Kleine Scheidegg, but there was like a thing on the way. Here, I'll look at some pictures from that adventure. This is the next day, so it's clear. As you can see, this is the next day. This may be after the train. So yeah, this is the same mountain as, let's see. That mountain here is this. So I just got close. I took the train and then hiked a little ways. Here's some more cows. There are a bunch of cows. It was so cool. Gosh dang cows. So I think the mountain is to the left here, and I'm looking out this way. It's crazy how I can remember it so vividly. And of course, there are some other mountains and other various glaciers. It's crazy how like they're just sitting there, you know, like you feel like they're just gonna fall down. I think one did at one point. I didn't catch it on video. But here's a little artificial pond. I don't know. I just thought maybe it was a cool picture. It's just a cool picture. And this is a little farther up from there, obviously. So here's looking the other way. I'm pretty sure this is Grindelwald's down here, or one of these is. And the mountain is to the right of us right now. Here's the town of Wengen, like the downtown area. So you have to walk down the hill from the area I was staying. Obviously there's hotels here, but they're probably way expensive. I just thought it looked so cool. It's just walkable. You can walk. Imagine the concept. I don't know. It was just cool. And like you could, oh, and yeah, the mountains in the background. So anyways, it's just a cool townscape. You can just walk. Is that me with my, is that my phone? Is that somebody else? What the heck? How close am I? Sorry, random tourist whose hand I took in the picture. I wonder who that is. That would have been that close to me. Or they probably walked up while I was taking a picture. There are probably a bunch of people like behind me. Oh, probably a bunch of people like behind me, so I had to like hurry and take it, you know? I wonder where this is exactly. I don't know exactly. Anyway, it's the downtown area in general. Okay, Matterhorn is next. We have some more in Wengen first, so we'll just chill with this picture for now. Oh, and the Swiss flag, of course. Ignore that. Anyway, so oh yeah, the way back from the hikes. Let's do that. Here we go. Yeah, I hiked another 1,200 feet in elevations. That's half the previous day. I was hiking down, and I got to eat at the restaurant I wanted to the previous day. It was extremely good. I had a roasty with some kind of meat, like chunks. What are those called? Like geschnitzelt, something like that. I couldn't write it down, or I didn't write it down. Anyway, I had like meat and like mushrooms, and the roasty is like potato like stuff, shreds. And I had a beer. The beer wasn't as good, but the food was extremely good. That was another one of the better meals on the trip. I said it really hit the spot. The hike back down was extremely long. It was a hot and sunny day. I got sunburned because I couldn't get any sunscreen, or I didn't get any sunscreen. I should have brought a sunscreen stick and just brought it on the plane, you know. Luckily I had a hat so my face didn't get burned, but like my arms were really bad. Not really bad. They're pretty darn bad though. Ended out almost 19,000 steps. I think I just chilled in the room the rest of the day because I was pretty darn tuckered out from that. Going downhill is way harder than going uphill. It hurts your knees so bad. And then the next day, was this the last day? I had leftover pasta for breakfast, walked around for a bit, got some, oh yeah, the store. I got some tea, which was really good. It was like a fruit tea with like hibiscus and like mint and stuff. Very good tea. Had a rhubarb yogurt, and I got some chocolate. I wonder what kind of chocolate that was. I think it was just a chocolate bar of some kind. It was all very good. I think I just snacked on this. Maybe it was cloudy that day. Oh, we'll go to the town. Walked around the town a bit in the, this looks like early evening, but walked around the town a bit in the afternoon, hanging out in the room mostly. Yeah, so I went to a fondue place for dinner. I think I had a beer. It says I had a beer. I don't remember how it was. Anyway, the fondue was fantastic. It was fondue with mushrooms, and like dip the bread in it. And like the waiter came over. He was like, "Hey, check this out." And he like scraped when I was like almost done, right? He like scraped the bottom of the thing, and like showed me this technique. So you get the little burnt bits on the bottom of the fondue pot, and it's like the best part. Oh my gosh, so good. To be honest, I kind of liked the actual fondue part better, but that was also very good. Anyway, fondue, great food. Unfortunately, it's not vegan, but I may try to make a similar thing because I can have bread. So like, you know, bread and like, I don't know, maybe I can mix like beans and like, I'm sure there's a vegan like recipe out there. Because as we know, cheese in America is extremely exploitative. I'm sure there it's not as bad, especially with like a place like this. It's probably like a local cheese. I went on the like way on the trail on the way up the previous day. I think there was a cheese vending machine of like a local farmer's like their cheese that they like made, and because you saw like the cows on the trail, like look, we saw cows on the trail, like many. I have so many cow pictures. Let's see. Yeah, like these are probably the dairy cows they use to make that cheese. And they had like a little box. Oh gosh, they're flying here. Yeah, they had like a little box and stuff. Anyway, yeah, it was extremely good. Okay, that's next. Yeah, this was the highlight. This was the best part. I'm sorry. It was the best part. It was just so good. Let me see. Yeah, fondue was really good. So I got some ice cream on the way back, like some like mango, like candy covered, like mango. Like, I don't know, not candy, but like it was like a ice cream with like a mango outside, you know? And it was really good. And there's some kind of like music event in the park. It was really cool. In like the local like area. I don't think that was, maybe this way. Hey, Neko. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? Aaron, Silent Helen, yeah, thanks for coming. How's it going? I'm talking about my trip. My sister on the trip here. Let me give you the rundown. Took the clog up to the Kleine Scheidegg, which is in Garmisch-Partenkirchen in Germany, I think. Yeah, that's already Switzerland, I don't know. Some pictures from up there. This is Neuschwanstein Castle. Oh yeah, this is still in Germany. Which is like the typical like castle. I think like Walt Disney based the castle off this castle. The hike up there was cool. It was very, very humid and steep, but it was good. There's another picture of that. I stayed, oh yeah, there's the lake. So I stayed that night. I don't think this is it. I think this is where I hiked up from. But I stayed in Füssen, and I had a really good, which is a nearby place. I stayed in Füssen, and they had a really good, I had my first beer, Hefeweizen. It was so good. And I had like some little pork things with spätzle and stuff like that. Anyway, very, very good. I would stay in Fusen. I would go back to Fusen. It was extremely cool. This is an aesthetic picture. This is in Zurich Airport. There's a little like park nearby, or is that right? Is Zurich Airport? I think so. Here's the park. Let me see. Let's see if you can figure this out. Why do the snails climb to the top of these poles? You see these poles? There's little snails on the top of them. I have a couple theories as to why, so if you have anything to submit, please let me know. Also, it's an aesthetic picture. So yeah, this is the park in the Zurich Airport. I had a Lebanese food from like a local place here. So good. Oh my gosh. Very good food. This is Wengen. So this is in Switzerland. I took the train here. There's no cars. There's like little carts and there's like tractors from the farmers. So it's like a tiny like mountain town. And then this is kind of where we are now. It's like the highlight of the trip. Wengen, so gosh dang cool. Here's like the mountains, looking out on the mountains there. This is the trail I took up. So I hiked up, what was it, 2,500 feet in elevation this day. Here's the same hike. Cows. There's a cheese vending machine at the top. This is looking, I think that's Wengen is where I came from. So now I'm here. This is where I came from. And I think here, or maybe it's here. Also, there's like little mountain towns. Sounds like a lot of fun. So this is where you were during your break? Yeah! I was on an adventure. It was so cool. Man, Europe is so much better than America. I'm sorry. It's just better. Well, I think driving here is a little bit better. If you're driving in town here, it's better. Slightly. It still sucks because it's driving, but it's a little bit better. Because driving there, like at the end, I had to drive in Geneva. Holy frick. Driving Geneva, terrible. Screw cars. If I'm going back, I'm not getting a car. Screw that. Yeah, here's the Kleine Scheidegg. I think one of these is the Eiger Glacier. One of these two. This is the trail up still. Yeah, this is, I think, the Kleine Scheidegg, if I'm not mistaken. Cool reflection picture. Yeah, this is the next day. So the previous day, I hiked up and took the train down. This day, I took the train up, hiked up further, and then took the train down later. Here, so this is looking, so I think this is Grindelwald, if I'm not mistaken, this town here. So it's actually a hike. You can go from here up to here and back down into like Wengen or like somewhere else. That's too much for me. This hike was too much for me, the however much, because going downhill hurts my knees a bunch. Going down, it was like 19,000 steps or something like that. Oh wait, did I forget something? Garmisch-Partenkirchen? I don't have any pictures from it. Anyway, I went for a very long walk in the first few days before this. It was like 20,000 steps. I know, like, that was before I got to the trail. Anyway. Oh, not yet. Spoilers. Yeah, so this is downtown Wengen. I had fondue here. It was so good. What country is this again? Switzerland. What? Here you go. This one. GeoGuessr that for you. I went to Germany and then drove into Switzerland, and most of it was in Switzerland, and then I went back into Germany. Oh no, wait, actually I think I drove through Austria and Liechtenstein, is that right? Yeah. I think I drove through Austria and Liechtenstein, but like I only stopped at like a gas station. And like Liechtenstein is literally like, it's one exit. Like it's smaller than like a town in America. It's literally one exit. I literally like drove past it. I missed the exit. But I did get the little sticker you have to put on your car for that. The vignette or whatever. And I also drove into France a little. Or no, wait, I didn't. Oh yeah, I drove into France. That was in the end. We haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, so Wengen, I had the fondue. It was so good. I gotta find a way to make like a vegan version with like beans or like potatoes or something, because that was really good. I just love that style of eating. You know, they had like it was you know, melted cheese, right, with like wine or whatever in it. They had the bread cubes. You stick the bread cubes in. It's a vacation trip. Yeah, it was a vacation. Oh yeah, it was a vacation. I don't know why that sounded so passive aggressive. Yeah, it was just a regular vacation. I've been planning it for like a year. Like I took time off work back when I was still working to do this. I have since whatever stopped working, but I took off time like a year, like what was it, in like January or something. So this was long, having planned this for a while. There's a mystery person in the corner. So this is downtown Wengen. It's very walkable. So you can just walk everywhere. You don't have to drive to the store. You just walk there and walk back. And this is so the fondue place must be somewhere around here, maybe like back here somewhere. I don't know where exactly. I think it's around where we are. Okay, yeah. Now we're caught up to the 1 hour of streaming I've done so far. Right, the music event in the park after the fondue. The next day, I had breakfast in the room, muesli and the toast with the jam. The what are Johannisbeeren? What are those? Gosh dang, red currant jam, so good. I got on the train, headed to Zurich. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Wait, I'm gonna change my notes. I think this is Zermatt. Because I had already left from Zurich to get to here, Wengen. Yeah. Yeah, so I got on the train. It was a couple of switches, but man, train travel is so nice. I can just sleep on the train instead of having to drive. So good. Yeah, I headed to Zermatt. Arrived, rested in the hotel. They had a ping pong table. That was kind of cool. Favorite food? You mean in general or like of the trip? I had Lebanese food, which was extremely good. That was in the hotel in, where was that? I don't think I have a picture of it actually. In Zurich. Yeah, that was here. This park is like right next to the like airport hotel in Zurich. And like the hotel's like restaurant was like a Lebanese place. It was so good. Okay, they had like this flatbread and yogurt and butter and like pickled vegetables to like dip it, right? And then I got like this cauliflower salad with like dates and stuff. And then was the next thing? Oh yeah, and then it was like some like bread, like flatbread or something stuffed with like little meat and like veggie like paste. And you dipped it into like hummus. And it was like hummus and like a lamb or something. Oh, it was so good. Where are we? Got a little further. A lot of Matterhorn pics. Oh, yeah, so this is Zermatt. They have the Matterhorn. Oh wait, I'm still talking about food. Well, this is a good picture. We'll stay on this. Get in frame there. But I think my favorite food was in Fusen, which was, it was like little pork circles with the spätzle and the, what was it, asparagus? Or it was green beans wrapped in bacon. And it came with this like creamy, meaty, like sauce, like demi-glace, some kind of sauce. It was like creamy too. And like I had my first beer there, the Hefeweizen. I think that was probably the best one. Feeling my mouth watering just hearing that, right? It was probably, I mean, I've probably had better food here, like just every day, than I've had in America ever. The food here, and like even the fondue, which is just like, I would consider a basic food, probably better than anything I've ever eaten here, ever. The food here is like, I mean, I don't know. I know there's fancy restaurants, but like, it's not like good, because the thing is, you go here and you have the context, right? Like, you know, you're eating your fondue, like the cheese, right? And then you go and you see the cows that they milked to make that cheese right up on the mountain right there, you know? Like, whereas in America, there's just in some slaughterhouse, or not in a slaughterhouse, this is before they go to the slaughterhouse, they're in some cage, you know, being like using a machine, like it's just like so disconnected. Whereas here you just feel so connected to just the culture and like, you know, and it's like local, right? It's like, you know, you go to Wengen, you have the cheese that's produced from the cows that live there. I need to breathe. Sorry, I've been speaking nonstop for like an hour. And like, you know, when I went like into the little area in France, they had like the local cured meats and like the locally grown like potatoes and stuff, you know? Yeah, it's just like you feel so connected to it, which I think is the coolest part of it. Okay, so anyway, took a train to Zermatt, stayed in a hotel. It was way too nice for me. I could have stayed in something less if there was something. But anyway, this is, I think, the view from my hotel. This is the Matterhorn, famous mountain. All local and fresh. Yeah, exactly. It was extremely good. Oh, so good. I think there's that evening another. I took a lot of Matterhorn pictures. Isn't that so aesthetic with like the light rays there? Look at that. And this, I think, from the hotel, the picture here. Let's see what I did. Walked around town, saw raging river. Oh my gosh, the river. Huh. I don't have any pictures of it. It was so scary. I had to walk like on the other side of the road from it. It was raging. Like there was a fence and stuff. It was scary. Okay, this is the hike the next day. We'll wait for that. Anyway, the river was really scary. And it went right through the middle of town because probably one of these glacier or something feeding it, you know? Let's see. I walked through town, yeah, some of the local buildings, they said they were built in the 16th century. Imagine. I don't think I have a picture of this either. So the buildings have these little discs that they're stood up on of like rock. Apparently they're for the rats so they don't climb into the houses. They're like these ye old houses. I may have a picture later. I'll look, but I'll see. Let's see. I asked the person at the counter at the hotel what they recommended. They recommended a local Italian restaurant, so I ate there. It actually wasn't very good. It was like lemon risotto with some kind of like shrimp thing on top. It felt very fancy. It wasn't that expensive. It just, I don't know. I just don't like fancy stuff in general. I just don't feel like I deserve it, you know? Yeah, my nose is getting all messed up. Sorry. We're like 2/3 of the way through. Honestly, Wengen was like the coolest part. Like it's still cool from here on, but Wengen was the coolest part. Let's see. Breakfast buffet at the hotel. Wait, really? I don't remember where the buffet was for that hotel. I mean, if you can afford it, you deserve it. No, I know, but like, I just feel like I would prefer. I just don't want it, you know? It's like, I guess it's not like deserve. It's just like I don't want it, you know? I would rather have the fresh, like just crumbly farmer's bread than like this fancy like risotto with like little delicate herbs on top. It's too delicate for me. I'm a hardy Neko, you know? Like after hiking, I mean, I'm like just put it in perspective. I'm walking like 10 to 20,000 steps a day every day when I'm here, right? No, that's the most I've had. It's like 10 to 20,000 steps a day. I need food. I need calories. I don't need a delicate little shrimp, some fancy name thing on top that I don't even know what it is. Like, you know, that's why I prefer. Like, I don't like low end stuff too low end stuff too much either. But like, you know, like the stuff in Wengen, that was perfect. Everything, not everything. Pretty much everything except for the one meal that was the tourist place was extremely good. But it wasn't too fancy, right? Whereas here it was like designer, you know? It's like food for the sake of like art rather. It's like Instagrammable food, you know? Anyway, it was not bad. It just wasn't what I needed after, you know, however many bajillion steps of walking. Anyway, the breakfast buffet had muesli and a croissant. Yeah, the buffets are not my thing, I guess. They're just boring. I don't know. I guess they're fine. Went to a hike through the woods. That was this. I think this is on the way back. Did I take the chairlift or was that later? Let's see. I think, oh no, that was the next day. Yeah, so this time I walked up. So let's see if you can see it. So my hotel's here, right? The river goes like here through town. I think you can kind of see it. That's a sign and the river's like right in front of it here. I need a bigger, do I have any bigger mouse? Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, there's a mouse. Nice. Yeah, so the river's like here and it goes all the way through town. Of course, the church in the center, very common there. Oh yeah, so I went like here and then this way past the construction. And I hiked, I think up through here. Where's the cable car go? Cable car stops. Oh no, that's the next cable car. I probably went somewhere in here in these mountains. And then hiked around and back into town. That was too long of a hike. It was too steep. It was too long. It says 21,000 steps that day. I stopped at the store and got a sandwich and some slices of cake, ate them in the room. Salami sandwich, it was very good. The bread there is the highlight of the sandwich on it. It was so good. Even though it was from the co-op, just the local store. Cake was a weird flavor. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, it was like some green. It was like a weird, it tasted like soap, but not in a bad way. It was like some kind of like unusual herb that you don't normally associate with food. Like it was good and it was a dessert, but it was just unusual. Like it was like spearmint rather than like mint or something. It was unusual, but it was really good. Anyway, let's see what else. Got some snacks, chips, chocolate, and tea. Oh yeah, the tea was really good. Ate them in the room. Oh yeah, I had sushi for the first time in Zermatt in Switzerland at a local place. Yeah, it was pretty good actually. It was, I mean, I just don't think it was for me, but it was pretty good. It was just like this place that was, it looked really good and fancy, and honestly, it was one of the better meals I got there. Yeah, they had like octopus and stuff. It was like some crazy weird options. I was all excited. I'm like, I'm gonna order in Japanese, and before they come talking to me like, do you speak English, French, or German? It's like, I assumed wrong. Anyway, I'll have to save my Japanese for later. Yeah, and of course the names of the items were in Japanese, so it's like, I'm like, like ich möchte gerne, you know, like makizushi or something like that. I was like mixing there, like the what? I'm like, oh, the this. Like, oh, okay. I just say that the Japanese like food name in German. Like, it was so weird. Anyway, I had some sake. That was pretty good. Sake. And that was the end of that day. Same breakfast again. Went on the cable car. Yeah, the cable car. So I think this is a different cable car. This one here. I think that's a different cable car because this goes all the way up here and up there. I don't remember where I hiked up to. I hiked up to, where's that hike? Let's see if I have more pictures. Oh, this is from the previous day. Yes, so I think Fury was back here. We're hiking through a town. I forgot what this town is called, but we're hiking back. And as you can see, the houses have stone roofs. It's like some tragedy. Yeah, they have like layered stone roofs here. I don't think I have a good picture of it again, the stone things. Anyway, another picture. This is probably from the previous day. Yeah, here's the river. This gosh dang river. Oh my gosh. It was just crazy. Aesthetic picture here. Now look at, oh my gosh. Neko's iPhone 13 mini is going hard with these pictures. Let's go. They're aesthetic. Like, it's the same spot. It's just from the hotel. Okay, here's the next day. Yeah, so I took the cable car up. Where did I go from there? Or wait, is this, oh no, wait. I'm confused. Hold on. Good side of the Matterhorn, hike back down, pretty long hike. Steep both ways, ended up being 16,000 steps. Sandwich and boba from the grocery store. This was the afternoon, had some crepes and a milkshake. Oh, the crepe place. Yeah, the crepe place was really good. It was just really good. Yeah, I had a savory crepe, then I had a sweet crepe, and I had like a chocolate milkshake. Let's see. Next day was that, okay, so this is correct. We're on the right timeline here. So I was looking down at the town. So I think this is, let's see what's next. I don't know where I am, so I'm just gonna tell you what happened and show. So yeah, this is town. I think this is from a different day though. I think I hiked up from the town to here, because I think this is on the way down. I hiked up to like a mountain that's like back here, way back here. Yeah, and then I hiked down this way. This is on the way down, I believe. I'll show some pictures. Matterhorn. Just a good picture. This is the town area. So this is like the old town, like these old. So these are the things. They have like little placards. They're like, yeah, this was here since the 16th century or something. And so later I hike up to around like here. Also, this is a later day. I hike up to somewhere. Wait, is that the house? No, I hike up to like somewhere around here-ish in the mountain. Anyway, these are just old houses. This was like right next to the hotel I was staying in. Yeah, so here's the house. So you see these little stones. These little stones that they're like stilted on. Huh, so if that's the mountain Disney ride is based off, yeah, this is the whole thing. That's like the whole, yeah, Zermatt. And then also we have earlier Neuschwanstein is the castle that, the castle is based off. So it's all here in Zermatt. It's all here. Yeah, so these are houses. So they have like, there's these wood like logs. They have the stone layered roofs. And they have these stone things on stilts, so the rats can't get in, is what I was told. I think this is the cable car I took, by the way. This is maybe on the way back from Fury. Is that all the pictures I have? Wait, oh my gosh. This is the hike up. Okay, wait, let's see what's next to that. Okay, I don't have any pictures from here. I think I was getting kind of tired at this point. I was just exhausted. I just exercised a bunch. it was crazy. So I'll be doing a bit of talking with the same picture for a while. So this I hiked up to the previous, so I think I showed earlier the mountain I was pointing at. Where is that? Yeah, here. I hiked up here somewhere. It was like snaking up here. There was a house up there. I didn't get a picture of the house. So this is from on the way up there, looking down on the town. So this is like maybe, let's see, like a third, maybe like a quarter of the way up. It went really tall. I couldn't even make it to the top. I was just done. Like my knee was hurting. Old man Neko out here. Yeah, this is yes. Looking for souvenirs, couldn't find anything. Went on a hike. Oh wait, let's see. Okay, we're a little disjointed because I don't have enough pictures from this time, but I'll just say what happened. I looked for the Ricola garden, which is supposedly nearby. I walked where it was supposed to be, but maybe it was just not upkept, or maybe I couldn't find, because it didn't look like too much. Anyway, yeah, I followed the signs, couldn't find it, headed back, had pizza for lunch. How was the pizza? Oh yeah, it was not bad. I think pizza is just not my food. Like, if I'm gonna have pizza, it's when I'm like in a really bad mood, binging anime for 12 hours a day, 3 days in a row, ordered from the local place for like $12, you know? Getting some fancy pizza, I just don't think I enjoy it as much. Same thing with making my own pizza. Like, I need to make it not fancy specifically so I enjoy it more. Because the fancy, it's just too, it just, I don't know, it doesn't meld in my mind or something. Yeah, and it was outside, so it was kind of a pain because there were flies and there were people like smoking and stuff, and I had to wait so long. It was kind of a mess. The pizza was good. It's not my thing, I think. Tangerine gelato after. Where did I have that? Oh, that was on the street. That was not at the same place. I left. Had it somewhere else. That was very good. Short walk around town in the evening. Next day, breakfast buffet, hike to a house on the ridge of the valley walls. That's today. This is the house on the ridge of the valley walls that we saw earlier. So this is looking down. This is like, again, like a third-ish or quarter-ish of the way up. I think the hotel is over here somewhere, maybe off screen. And I hiked like this way and then up through like here-ish kind of deal through here. And it zigzags. I think the other hike I did 2 days ago was up here and down. And then the hike I did in Fury when I took the cable car was up here. Not this mountain, but the one here next to it. Oh, you can't see, there you go, like there. I think this was the last hike I took. I think it was cloudy the last day, so I couldn't go for as long of a hike. Got maybe 2/3 of the way there. Oh, I wrote that down at the time. I was so close. When I went back and looked, I was almost there. I was literally like, I mean, I looked up at the rock and I was like, oh man, that's probably where it is. It was probably like maybe, I don't know, a few hundred feet above me. Like I could look at it and clearly see the rock. I think the house was right on top of that, like right there. I was so close, but I didn't quite make it. And the thing is that it keeps going from up there. That's like that the start point for like longer hikes. So anyway, headed back. Had a sandwich and strips from. Oh yeah, I had the chips and baba ganoush from the store. The bean chips and the baba ganoush. Oh my gosh, I gotta make that. I think it's just eggplant, just roasted eggplant. So good. And the sandwich was of course amazing. The sandwiches there are just so good. Had karage from a nearby diner for dinner. I remember that. Yeah, it was like a modern place. And they had like karage and like I should have gone back there. I didn't, but I could go back to Zermatt, but maybe for not as long because I feel like it's just too. I don't know. Maybe it was just late in the trip and I wasn't feeling it, but. Anyway, the earlier in the trip places were way better. Like Wengen was so much. I could stay in Wengen for way longer. I could stay in Fusen for way longer. Those were way cooler. Anyway, the karage I had was good. I had 2 Japanese meals in Zermatt, like the most Swiss place you could think of. Imagine. Same breakfast again. This is the next day. Went for a walk, looking for souvenirs. I couldn't find very many souvenirs for people. I don't know what to get people. I'm bad at gifts. You know, from my Stardew Valley playthrough that I'm bad at gifts. But, which by the way, we should play that again at some point. Let's see. Went for another walk. Oh yeah, near that, like short hike near the outskirts of town. It was still pretty steep, so it goes, so the hotel's here, and I went this way. up the thing here through the Ricola Garden. I went the other way and came back like through here, some-ish direction. It was very steep. It was crazy steep that direction because like the cable car is there. There's like some kind of construction going on. Had Wiener Schnitzel for lunch. Right, I think that day, was that the race day? And I wrote down, so this is when I realized, I think I don't like Wiener Schnitzel very much. I think it's just breaded, fried meat, and like French fries, right? Like, if that isn't just generic American food, I don't know what is. Maybe I just haven't had a good Wiener Schnitzel yet. But like the pork rounds, I had like it just doesn't. It seems so generic, you know. Like I'd rather have like a local product. Because I tried it again. I thought I'd redeem my experience. No, it's just French fries. It's like chicken fried steak and French fries essentially. Except instead of chicken, it's what, veal? Or actually, I don't think it's veal. Is veal allowed in Switzerland? I think it's not allowed in the EU anymore. But I don't know about, because Switzerland isn't in the EU. Anyway, no more Wiener Schnitzel for me unless it's like from a unless it's the only thing. I'd rather get like an actual local product. It's going to be so much better because everybody expects it's like a touristy food. I just assumed that's what you eat there. It's not. It's stupid. It's not very good. At least the ones I had weren't. Anyway, hot take. Yeah, there's like a running event going on. Yeah, because you came on this way, you want something you can't get back home. Exactly, yeah. And like a lot of things were that way. But the Wiener Schnitzel, the 2 times I got it, it was probably still better than most American food, but it was like on par with it, you know? It was not what I expected. It was not what I had come to expect from Switzerland and Europe in general. So anyway, probably no more Wiener Schnitzel. If I go back there, I'm getting local stuff. If you go back there, the things you get: fondue, cheeses, preserved meats, any other meat besides Wiener Schnitzel is going to be great. Any bread item of any kind, the bread is amazing. Just not Wiener Schnitzel. I like maybe try it once, but like I don't even know if it's worth trying. Because again, it's breaded fried meat and French fries. It's just such an American food. I can't get it out of my mind. And it was at a pretty fancy place too that I had it, like set a table and everything. Anyway, yeah, there was some kind of race event on the way when I was walking back. It was kind of cool. There were people playing like the Alp horn on the way back. It was pretty cool. Maybe that's why I started getting into running when I got back. Maybe that was the catalyst for that. I've been running every day, by the way. I think I'm gonna stop because my knee kind of hurts, but every day since I started until today, I've been doing it. Maybe I'll go for like a very short one tomorrow. I don't know, my knee's hurting pretty bad actually. Man, today, side tangent. I was not feeling good today. I went for my run earlier and my knee and my toes were they hurt so bad. Like I had to walk on the way back on the hill that goes down to my house. Like it was really bad. And then when I was maybe not working out, but doing my like calisthenics, I just call it working out, it's easier. Anyway, doing my calisthenics before lunch, like I finished, I was feeling terrible. Like my whole body like started getting sore, and then like my stomach like hurt real bad, and it hurt for like several hours after that. So I'm gonna take it easy. I'm still gonna do it like on my schedule tomorrow, but I may not do my run. And I'll definitely do my calisthenics again. I'll just do it less. Like I'll do less. Like I'll do like a half set, you know, or like half as many or something like that. Yeah, it was so bad. Anyway, yeah, running is cool though. I'm gonna try to keep doing it once I heal. Yeah, my knee is so bad though. Even walking around the house, it hurts. I hear it's the thing with like your upper, like what is that, your quad? Like your upper leg is like not trained all the way. They say to do squats to fix it, but I do so many squats. So I don't know what's the deal. Anyway, that's my tangent. Hopefully it fixes itself because I want to go for more walks. Because I haven't been walking as much now that I'm back. There's just nowhere to go and I have to drive everywhere. It's such a pain. Okay, Simmervision, souvenirs. Oh yeah, the Wiener Schnitzel, yeah. Wiener Schnitzel's boring, not for me. Hot take. Yikes, have you looked into physical therapy? I mean, it's not that bad. It only happened today. If it persists, that's when I look into like going to the doctor or whatever. But yeah, it's only been today. And I have, to be fair, I've been running after not running for probably since high school. No, since sophomore year of high school, because that's when PE ended. Which was, how many years ago? I graduated high school in, well, let's see, 2021, 2017, 2015. So I haven't run since sophomore year of high school. I think that was, or wait, yeah, 2015. So 8 years. so doing it from zero to just running from scratch and going pretty hard every single day for like a week and a half, I think it's believable that I got a little hurt. If it persists, I definitely will, because I do want to keep running though. I'll just give it a couple days. I may start up like maybe, depending if I feel better, like this weekend or like early next week is what I'm planning on. I want to go for a hike though. I want to go for a hike sometime. There's a local place that I go for hike for that you can see like one of the nearby like mountains from, which is pretty cool. So I might try doing that. If there's like a cloudy day, I'll try that. Of course, it's gonna be like nothing compared to these hikes. Like it's like only a few hundred feet of elevation gain. Like it's nothing, you know. It's a good hike though. It's enjoyable. Anyway, yeah, I gotta do more Zatsudan streams. This is fun. Okay. Yeah, the running event. Yeah, so that was cool. Yeah, in the evening, yeah, it started raining. It started pouring. It was crazy, just like a, what do you call that? Arashi? Like a tempest. It was just a crazy storm going on. And I was gonna get dinner, but it's like, it was just raining crazy. So I tried going to, like, looking through the nearby shops, because I hadn't gone through all of them. Yeah, there were a ton of local places. Probably all of them better than the places I ended up choosing. But this place that I found, so I went to one, I'm like, I'm not feeling the menu. I looked to the next place, they're like, sorry, we're completely booked. So I ran back through the rain to the first place. I felt kind of bad. But they're like, yeah, come on in. And they welcomed me with a warm restaurant, a warm meal. And it was a very good meal. It was basic, but it was good. It was some kind of meat. What kind of meat was it? Let's see. I said steak. I don't know if it was a steak. Maybe it was really thin, because I feel like American steaks are hard to eat. Like you just get like, it's just so hard to chew. This one was not that way. It was very tender. It was wonderful. Again, it was very basic. It was like a steak with tomatoes and cheese on top. It was very good. Yeah, it was very good. Again, it was basic. And I think I had some kind of, what were the veggies? Some kind of veggies and like noodles. Anyway, it was great. It was a rainy day. I had hiked a bunch. It hit the spot. I was covered in rain, you know. Let's see. Headed back in the rain. Yeah, mildly soaked. Yep. Okay, next day. Yeah, crazy. Oh yeah, the night there was a crazy storm and like lightning. Like I had to put on my sleeping like eye mask to cover the light, like, because through the blinds you could see the lightning. It was too insane. Let's see. Yeah, same breakfast buffet. I was getting, there was like 5 days at this point. It was too much. I should have stayed in either different hotels or split it up or something. That was too much time in Zermatt. It was still pretty cool though. I got a pretzel from a local bakery and I think a sandwich, and then I got on a train for Geneva. So this is around the end of the trip. The train was nice, had the sandwich, had the pretzel. Slept it off while it rained periodically. I don't remember that. Nice hotel, had a fish and chips for dinner. Oh yeah, the Geneva hotel was very nice. Had fish and chips for dinner, but oh yeah, and a chocolate pastry and espresso ice cream for dessert. It was very good. It was very good. The fish and chips were too greasy. They like made my stomach hurt really bad. But the walk helped it. Walking helps me like digest for some reason. At least there it did. Here, like when I get my stomach hurting and I take a walk, it just still hurts after. Anyway, the fish and chips were extremely good though, and the dessert was extremely good too. Short walk around town after, yeah, I just returned to the hotel. Breakfast stay in the new hotel, probably the best one yet. Wow, what? I forget what kind that was. Oh, yes, I remember. That one was so good. They just had, like, they had cooks there cooking the stuff fresh. They had local, like fruit juices, like apricot juice and like pear juice and stuff. They had like French toast. Geneva's near France. They had French toast. They had like little what do you call those? Like the egg, not frittata. Is frittata the right term? Little like baked like egg things, like spinach and stuff in them. Frick, what else did I have? There was just so much good stuff. Oh yeah, they had little salads, like quinoa salad and like tomato salads and stuff. They had like cooked tomatoes. What was the other thing? I guess it was those things. Oh, and the desserts. They had like custard pies and not sweet breads. They had breads that were sweet. Sweet breads as animal guts. yeah, like chocolatey breads and like cakey breads and stuff. Man, that was either that one or the one in the München airport were probably one of the, those are probably the top 2 breakfast buffets. I had that one for 2 days in a row. It was so good. The one in Geneva. Drove downtown. Yeah, driving in Geneva is a ginormous pain. It is so bad. Screw that. You kind of have to drive because walking is kind of bad also. I don't know. It kind of just sucked. I mean, it's so hard driving downtown. Like, I don't like driving downtown in America, but there it's so much worse than you can even imagine. Screw that. Screw cars. Anyway, but I had a good walk after. I saw this spout thing. Apparently there's a thing in Geneva. So this is on Lake Geneva. I saw a cool old boat. I couldn't get a good picture of it though. Anyway, there's this water spout in the middle of the lake. You can actually walk out to it. I didn't do that, but you can. Walked around the lakeshore for a bit, saw a big water spout. That's the water spout. Drove into France and Chamonix. Oh, that's right. Chamonix. Yeah, Chamonix was really cool. I would stay there for several days. There were hikes. There were a bunch of restaurants. I need to go back to Chamonix, and that's in France. It's like, I mean, Geneva is like right on the border of France. It's like right there. I think that Lake Geneva borders France and Switzerland, I think. I think it's like half and half in each country. Anyway, Chamonix was cool. Walked around a bit. The lunch place I had was really good. I had these like, it was like a local dish. Apparently it was like these cheesy potatoes and like local cured meats and it was like a salad and I think some bread. Oh my gosh, this might have, it was simple, but it was just so good. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It wasn't fancy. There was nothing crazy about it. It was just solid and good. I had zero complaints, even though it was like, sort of like, you know, not the highest quality tier cuisine, but it was just so good. Oh my gosh. So I need to go back to France, specifically Chamonix. I'm sure there's a bunch of good hiking spots in France. Because I didn't get to do as much hiking there as I wanted because it was like rainy that day. It rained like really bad. Like as soon as I got in the car, it was like pretty heavily raining. And it was cloudy too, so I couldn't even see like up the mountains that I wanted to. So anyway, but it was very cool. So definitely got to go back to Chamonix if I take another trip. Yeah, the lunch, yeah, it was like low, because everything's so local products. Like it was like local potatoes, local cheese, local cured meats. Oh, so good. Anyway, yeah, France making a good first impression there with that one meal. Chocolate orange ice cream after. Yeah, that was at a different place. There was like this old like grandma working there. I think did she speak German? I think they just spoke French. And I just pointed at I said the name of the one I wanted, and you know, like merci, au revoir, you know. Those are literally like my 2 words of French, you know. You know, bonjour, merci, au revoir. I need to learn more French. French is cool. Yeah, but it was like some like grandma operating it, probably worked there for like 100 years, you know. Anyway, it was orange chocolate ice cream and had little bits of candied orange in there. Oh, so good. Let's see what else. We're going for a place to hike, but it's starting getting cold and rainy, so oh yeah, it did get cold. I had just a regular light jacket. It was extremely cold. And like here where I am now, it was like a heat wave when I was there. It was like a heat wave. It was like, what, like 90, 100 degrees when I was there. It was comfortable. It was like 70, 80 degrees. Like some days it got hot, yeah, but I missed the heat wave like in every point because I was up in the mountains. It was beautiful. It was so good. It was just lucky. I mean, I also planned it that way, but other than me planning it to be that way, it was lucky. Oh, also here, let me show this. This is the flower clock in Geneva. It's a clock made of flowers. It was such a pain getting this picture without some person standing in the way. All the gosh dang foreigners standing in the way, taking pictures in front of the clock. I mean, I was a foreigner too, but anyway. Frick. Yeah, that's the last picture I have, so I'm just gonna be talking from now on. Ah, frick, my nose is all stuffy. We're almost done. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I talked for so long. Let's do more Zatsudan streams. I want to do more if I come up with stuff to talk about. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that was the end of that day because I had to drive back. It was a bit of a drive. But driving on the highway there was actually really good. It's just in the city was bad. Let's see. Hotel buffet breakfast was great again. Yeah, it was so good. I gotta go back to that hotel in Geneva. I don't even know where it was. It wasn't near the airport. It was just some random hotel. Like, no, I don't even remember. Anyway, it was really good. Driving back to Zurich, it was raining the whole day. It was raining. Pretty good sandwich and some snacks from a gas station. Gas station sandwiches in Switzerland, just hitting the spot. The bread is amazing. They usually have like salami or like cheese or like lettuce or tomatoes or something like that. So good, amazing, love it. Best sandwiches ever. I think that was the only highlight, right? Because it was raining. Arrived in Zurich, stayed in the same hotel as before. Wait, Zurich was the Lebanese place, I think. It was pretty rainy, so stayed in the hotel room most of the afternoon. Lebanese food at the same place again. Had some duck. It wasn't as... Oh, yeah. Yeah, the previous meal I got was an experience. This time I got duck. I think it's just too... Like, when you get whole slabs of meat, it's just so hard to eat. With, like, the fat on it, you're just chewing and chewing. I feel like a cow. Kind of off topic, but are you multi-streaming to another platform right now? I don't think so. Is my Twitch live? Uh-oh. Why? Why do you ask? No, my Twitch isn't live. No, I'm just on YouTube. Why is it not working or something, or just randomly? No, I try to avoid multi-streaming. I don't know. I just don't really feel like it's for me. Oh, Lamau? No, that's fine. I'm just curious why you're asking. No big deal. It's a YouTube exclusive. See if I find a better picture. The flower clock is kind of boring. Let's find a Matterhorn picture. Oh, I love it. I was just wondering because I thought you were replying to second comment section I couldn't see. No. I was talking to myself, I think. I'm reading my notes is why. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the Lebanese food wasn't as good as last time. The stuff I got previously, the like little chopped up bits of meat are way better than big chunks of meat. Oh, I had duck, which I guess was good. I don't know. It was so fatty and hard to eat. It was curious though. It had beets and grapefruit and something else I don't remember. Anyway, it was really interesting. It was pretty good. It was just hard to eat is why I don't like it. The previous thing I had was like an experience. This is not, so order the right thing is the lesson there. And I probably walked around the park a couple times. I think I walked around the park like 3 times that day. I walked around the park a bunch. It was a really cool park. That was the end of that day. Breakfast buffet in the hotel, pretty good. Which one? Oh yeah, the Lebanese place again. So the same. So we're just heading back on the same route I came from, right? Walked around the park for a bit. Yeah, the same park. Looked at planes on the observation deck. Oh yeah, so you can just look at the planes from the airport, which was pretty cool. Had a rice and beef bowl from an Asian fusion restaurant. It was simple, really good. I gotta make that. It was like just like a place where they had like buckets of like, you know, rice, meat, sauce, you know, whatever else, and you just vegetables, you know, you just point at what you want. Oh my gosh, it was. I had like a beef and rice bowl with like a tangy sour kind of sauce, and like broccoli on it. Oh my gosh, and and like some like spring vegetable, like shredded like carrots and stuff like that. It was so good. I guess I ate a lot of Asian. Yeah, there wasn't many choices, I don't think. Oh no, because they were all full because it was lunchtime, like rush hour lunchtime. Anyway, very, very good. Another walk in the park. I walked in the park a bunch. Hanging out in the room most of the day. Yeah, I did that a lot in the end. I was tired in the end. Next day, hotel breakfast. Walked around the park a bit. I walked around that park a bunch. Dang. Got a sandwich and a smoothie in the airport. That sandwich was so good. It was like, I returned. Is that a picture of the place you went? OMG. Oh yeah, here, I'll catch you up. We're almost to the end. This is Zermatt. That's the Matterhorn. Yeah, where'd you leave off? Around here, maybe? Okay, overview of the trip. Quick edition. It took us 2 hours to get here. Neuschwanstein Castle, like the Walt Disney Castle, hiked up there, went to, oh yeah, that's the lake, went to Fusen, great meal there. I missed it because of our stuff rip. I can rewatch that later. Yeah, no worries. I'll just do a quick recap. This is an aesthetic picture. This is from the park in the airport in Zurich. Very cool. Yeah, this is the park. Had Lebanese food there, extremely good. It's very good. If you know what these snails are doing here, post your theories in the chat. Still debating. We went to Wengen. This is the downtown there. Hiked up like one of these mountains. Actually, I think the mountain's over here. But it's like a mountain town. There's sheep in like the middle of the town, like right there. There's like sheep. Snails, let's go. The mountains. This is still Wengen. You love snails, really? Snails are cool. Yeah, I thought they were there from like avoiding predators, or maybe like the sunlight or heat from the lamp, or maybe like condensation or something. I don't know. Anyway, this is a very tall hike up the Kleine Scheidegg, like a trail up there just from the town. Went up there, 2,500 feet of elevation gain that day. Here are cows, mountains. The town is down like here somewhere. Yeah, that's the town down there. So that's how far I hiked, 2,500 feet. There's other mountain towns around. Keep on hiking. We can skip a few here. That's the Kleine Scheidegg. Eigerglitzer is one of these glaciers. Maybe it's just one. Cool reflection picture. I'll skip a few here. This is the next day. So that day I took the cable car down. This day I took the cable car up and then hiked back down. So I like flipped. Yeah, that's the mountain like here. Here's downtown Wengen. Had fondue, extremely good. It was very, very good. Yeah, this is where we're in now. Zermatt had a bunch of hikes here. So I didn't imagine Neko in a real place. You're supposed to be an anime Neko. I know. I should have like photoshopped my model into some of these. I mean, I exist in the real world. I just had to wear a hat to cover up my Neko Mimi, and tuck my tail into my, I don't know, shirt or pant leg or something. It's hard being a Neko out here. Yeah, I guess it's kind of an emergent break, just not without the face reveal or any of that BS. Anyway, here's Zermatt. I did a bunch of hikes here. It was pretty crazy. Or wait, yeah, Zermatt, Matterhorn, here, famous mountain. This is a river. It was pretty crazy. Here's another hike I took. So that's the town. So that's how far I went. I think the hotel was there. Oh, frick! I messed up my thing. Go back. Matterhorn. More hiking. This is the old town. These old, they're like from the 16th century houses. And here's like this is on like the mountain. So the town's like down there. There's a cable car you can see. There's a town down there. My hotel's like down there somewhere. Yeah, they have these little things here. And so what I was told, these little things, and all the houses are like this, right? All the old houses, they're to prevent the rats from climbing into the houses. These like rock like slabs. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, anyway, it's cool. So the Matterhorn's behind me at this point. This is like the other side of that. This is the town. This is when I tried to hike up a very steep mountain. Had to turn back. I was really close, but it was too much. This is Geneva, water spout, and that's Lake Geneva. There's a flower clock. Those are kind of boring. I don't have very many pictures from this point onwards, so let's find a good Matterhorn picture. Come on, there we go. Or let's find a different one. Let's find a daytime one. There we go. Matterhorn. It's actually right outside my hotel. I'm gonna dox myself here. Jeez. There we go. Yeah, and so we're heading back basically the same way. I never knew whether you use we or I. Photography 10 out of 10 for real. This is just with the iPhone 13, isn't it? iPhone 13 mini. Isn't it crazy? Neko went out and touched the mythical grass. I know. Anyway, yeah, so I'm heading back on the train. So I started in, or wait, yeah, so yeah, this is Zermatt. I took the train to Zurich, stayed in the hotel there, had the Lebanese food again. Wasn't as good. Oh, the previous one was really good. Next morning, got a sandwich. Yeah, the smoothie. What was the smoothie? I think it was just a regular, like a bottled smoothie. The sandwich was really good. It was like, it had like pesto and tomatoes and like I think maybe cheese, or maybe it was just pesto and tomatoes and like other like lettuce. Probably one of the better sandwiches. And it had I was on focaccia bread. Is that how you pronounce it? Focaccia? Focaccia. Oh, so good. Such a good sandwich. Best sandwich ever. So good. So good sandwich. Sandwiches. Roast beef, tomato, lettuce, and pesto on focaccia. It was really good. There was a gosh dang person on the train coughing up a storm. It was the worst. Luckily I didn't get sick from it, but it was the worst. I was all trying to sleep on the train. They were all like like every like 10 seconds. Finally got to took a bit to get the next train to the airport. Made it just in time. Really? Oh, Oh, that's right, because I went to the wrong terminal, so I had to go all the way around. The next train I would have had to wait for like an hour. Sandwich. The sandwiches there are just good. The bread is just so good. Man, sandwiches over there are just on another level. Just the gas station sandwiches are better than anything I've ever eaten here, even from like sandwich places. It's just so good. Anyway, yeah, I made the next train within like 1 minute of it leaving. I would have had to wait like an hour to get the next one. So that was, I think, the train. That was the ultra fast train to the did that go all the way to the München airport, I wonder? Let's see. Dinner at the hotel was super. Pork with polenta and parsley. Oh yeah. So this is the Munich airport. The buffet I had the first day, that was like amazing. I had dinner at that place. So yeah, it was like a 5-star restaurant. It wasn't even that expensive too. It was great. So it had like little pork squares. They're actually kind of hard to eat. Those weren't even the best part of it, but they were good. I don't know. Meat is just hard to eat. I don't know why. I am a Neko, but my canines aren't very developed or something. Anyway, yeah, and I had little polenta things, and I think it was parsley root is what it was. Anyway, very good dinner. Oh, and like an apple like chutney or something like that. And oh yeah, the dessert, I had a yuzu cream something or another. So yuzu is in my flashcards for Japanese. It's a type of like lemon. Anyway, it was like a creamy like thing, like filling, right, with a sort of like candy, what do you call it, like a chocolate, but it was like yuzu, it was like chocolate texture, but it was like yuzu flavored outside, and then like with yuzu like jam or like compote or something in the middle. And I had that, and then I also had a apple strudel with cream, which is a classic dessert. I'm surprised I couldn't find it anywhere else. That's like a classic dessert you're supposed to find here. Similarly with I wanted to get, what was the other thing? I guess that's a Germany thing. The I forgot what it's called. Like the meat dish. Like it's in like a pita like pocket, and it's like the little meat that's on a skewer, like those. I wanted to get one of those, but I couldn't find them anywhere. I'll think of the name at some point. Anyway, but yeah, I finally got the apple strudel with cream, which is again a traditional dessert. What was that? I had some weird berry. It was like some unusual berry, and there was plenty of unusual fruits. It was crazy. Anyway, so that was the night before I left, I think, and it was such a great send off. The apple strudel, like the traditional, you know, it had the pork and everything. It was like a 5-star meal at a totally just normal price. It was great. So anyway, that was the last day. Yes, that was at the not Zurich. Where was that? München. The Munich hotel, which is where I landed, which is where I started off. So I essentially went a loop, right? I had the hotel buffet breakfast there. I said, I think this was the best one. I think that one or the one in Geneva was probably one of those two. I mean, I don't know if they're tied. They were just both extremely good in different ways. It was so good. Chef Neko got to recreate some of those foods. I know. I have the PNG of me and everything with the MS Paint chef hat. I mean, a lot of them have like meat and stuff in them, which I kind of want to avoid using while I have the choice. But like stuff that I can, like I'd like to try to make fondue, like a vegan fondue if I can, like with like beans or something. Because I like the concept of it. Like I don't think I need to have the cheese. I think I just like the concept of dipping bread into sauce. It's just smart. And like the same thing, like potatoes with cheese, like having potatoes in a sauce of anything is going to be delicious. What else? Anyway, oh yeah, the rosti, those are always really good. Just like the fried, like little potato, like shredded potato things. Those are always really good. They had a lot of mushrooms there too. I was surprised. I was like, yeah, mushrooms. Let's go. Some mushrooms are good. Let's see. Oh yeah. So yeah, this hotel breakfast buffet was on par with the other one. They were both just good in different ways. So this time, this is my second time coming here. The first time was the first day getting there, right? So they had overnight oats, which overnight oats with like, you know, the like milk or whatever, fruit, oats. And then they had chia seed pudding, and it had like a mango like sauce on top. Oh my gosh, I need to make chia seed pudding, and I need to make a sauce to put on top of it. This was the best thing ever. It's just, the texture is just amazing. It like massages your mouth with the chia seeds as you eat it. It's like so good, man. And I've made chia seed pudding before. It's just like chia seeds, some kind of milk. You can use like soy or almond milk, some sugar if you want, like chocolate even. And that's it. And you just refrigerate it. And this chia seeds soak it up and make this wonderful, delightful texture. Anyway, let's see what else I got. A roasty, yeah, of course. Beans, they had like, not like baked beans, but like beans with like tomato and stuff. And mushrooms, yeah. That was a pretty big. I wanted to get one of the desserts, but they were too big. I couldn't handle them. I can't believe you didn't photo any of the food. That's E-boy number one, photo the food. I know. I always ate the food before I actually. I'd eat the food and be like, frick, I gotta take a picture. I took some pictures of them, but I mean, the real problem is that it's on a reflective, like, you know, a lot of the food is on a reflective white plate that shows the reflection really easily. So I didn't want to risk it. It's crime, especially after I was describing it all. I know. Well, also I'm not good at food pictures. I need to figure out, like, because I always get the focal length and like the lighting wrong. Like I need to actually practice, because like environment pictures, like I've actually practiced. Like I mean, I'm still like an amateur, but like, you know, like this is not an amateur picture, right? Like I know the principles of, like, you know, for example, this is like, you know, separated, and you have like rule of threes in here and somewhere, you know, and you have like framing, right? Also rule of threes, right? So I'm like doing actual, you know, I actually don't know how to photograph landscapes and like towns. I don't know how to photograph food and make it look good. Like it just looks terrible. Novel worthy description and no pics. I'm sorry. Let me just look on my phone. I don't think I even have any food pictures. I have food pictures from when I got back for other reasons. Oh, here's the dish I had in France. Oh wait, it's rotated. Hold on, let me rotate it back. Come on, there we go. Yeah, the dish I had in France. Oh, forget. Oh yeah, that has my reflection in there. Sorry, no pictures. Pictures didn't happen, Lamau. Yeah, I just didn't eat for like 3 weeks. Yeah, the French one was really good. Yeah, so it has like these cured like meats, which the area in France I was in, that's like a local product. Salad, it was okay. It's like just a salad. And then I had these like potatoes in a cheese sauce. It was like baked in a little like dish. Oh my gosh, cheese and potatoes is a good combo. They just did it extremely good, better than I could have wished for. And they had the bread, so good. So yeah, France had a really good meal. The one meal that I had in France. Let's see what else. I thought I took another. I didn't take very many food pictures because I know they wouldn't turn out well. I'll have to practice it. But yeah, my landscape is my bread and butter, metaphorically. I took a picture of the meal at the fancy place in Zermatt. Like the rice, the risotto with like the shrimp. It looked fancy, but it's like, it doesn't, I don't know. It's Instagram worthy, but it just doesn't, I don't know. I'm not good at taking Instagram pictures of food. I'm sorry. Also has my face in the reflection of the bowl, so I can't do that. Why do you make such shiny bowls? Gosh dang thing. Give me my food on a slab of wood, please. Come on. Are those the only two food pictures? Oh no, I took a picture of the gosh. Oh yeah, the Wiener Schnitzel. I had the top of the Kleine Scheidegg after my long hike. It was not very good. Okay, I've said this. I don't know if you heard this. My hot take is Wiener Schnitzel is just not very good. It's literally just fried breaded meat and French fries. Sorry, it's not very good. Order literally anything else, it'll be the best food you ever have. Wiener Schnitzel is just the same as America. Just it's slightly better, but not by much. I wouldn't recommend it. Literally get any other food, it'll be infinitely better. Oh, I took a lot of pictures. What the heck? Let me see. And I have a picture of the creme brulee at the Lebanese place with like the apricots and the candied rosemary. That was pretty good. Although it made me kind of sick because I ate too much. Oh, and of course, okay, yeah, I have a picture of the best meal, which was the, of course, it's me halfway having done eating it. I bet all the muffins made look 100. The muffins didn't look good, but they were actually pretty good. I had like mushed banana in them and chocolate chips. I think I like blueberry better because they're moist. I want to make blueberry muffins that are like 90% blueberry, you know? I'll have to make them again. But they're not bad. I had like 4 of them just today alone. I'll probably have like 2 more for dinner. Anyway. Yeah, I have a picture of probably the best meal I had, or one of the better ones. One of the best ones was, I think it was pork rounds, it said. They had these little mushrooms. I think those are chanterelles. And then it had spätzle, which is like a pasta, like little giblets with, I think, cheese on it. it had green beans wrapped in bacon, which were surprisingly good, and then it had a cream sauce with a dark like meat sauce, like also on the like mixed into the sauce. That was, I think, the best meal. There were other really good ones, but that was on the top, obviously. I don't like ranking them, but it was definitely one of the best. It was the best, and there were other ones that were also the best, you know what I mean? Anyway, okay, back to the trip. We're almost done. I need to refill my water because my voice is dying. I've been talking straight for 2 hours. Usually, even while gaming, I talk a bunch, but not this much. Frick. Neko voice gonna die over here. And I want to eat dinner number 2 as well, or meal number 4, depending on how you count it. Anyway. Okay, yeah, so we're in the hotel. We ate our breakfast. I'm about to go to the plane, yeah. Boarded the plane, had a nice meal. Oh yeah, smoked salmon, bread, salad, and halibut with tomato sauce and couscous. Yes, this was good. The meal on the way here, terrible, not very good. I didn't even write down the breakfast because I don't even think it was enough to write home about. The meal on the way back on Lufthansa, oh my gosh, so much better. So yeah, it came in like multiple courses. So yeah, the first course was like a smoked salmon, which was pretty good. It felt almost kind of raw, but it had a good sauce. It had like a pesto and like a mustard sauce as well. And it came with like little greens. That was good. The bread was amazing. The bread was so good. They bring you bread and butter. Oh, the bread is so good. It's like chewy and like it has seeds on it. And like, it's like you, it's just, it tastes so good. And it's like the butter, it's just like this wonderful European butter. Okay. The bread there is good. I've said enough. Salad. The salad was amazing. Oh, the salad was good. It's salad, right? And halibut with a tomato sauce and couscous. I remember. Yes, bread. Let's go. Yeah, the bread is so good. Bread. Yeah, I'll need to try making bread some more and like learn the secrets. You know. Anyway. Yeah, I was having. Oh yeah, the halibut with the tomato sauce and the couscous, yeah. At first, I wasn't super hyped about it. I'm like, oh, I should have ordered something else. The other stuff was like, you know, ribs and like, or like roast meat. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, it was better. Like I had a bite, I was like, nah. As I kept eating it, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling it. Halibut with tomato sauce, it's boring, but then the tomato sauce brings it to life. And the couscous had this like, what was the flavoring? It was like a herb kind of flavoring. It was like a yellow color. Like, I mean, couscous is normally yellow, but it was like more yellow, like a turmeric color, you know? And it was sort of, it was buttery and it was herby, like herbaceous. Like not in a fresh kind of way, but more in like a, like, you know, more like marjoram or like oregano kind of herby. I don't think those are the right herbs, but you know what I mean? It was like a body, like fragrant herb flavor. The fish really didn't have any flavor. It was the tomato sauce was the star of that like meal. But anyway, it was very good. That was the first meal. The next meal, this was after we slept, even though it was like noon. It was nighttime for us, but it was noon. And then because the way we were flying, it was light the whole way. Like the entire way it was bright. Because you fly like up, you know, and so the sun, and since it's summer, the sun, so anyway, it was right the whole way. I tried to sleep. I don't think I slept at all. Anyway, the next meal was ravioli with bread and a cream and jam dessert. I'm trying to remember that. Maybe I'll talk and I'll remember. The ravioli was good. It had these little, I think it was grapeseed blossoms was what it said. They were really good. What was in the ravioli? It was like a vegetable and cheese mixture, but it was mostly pasta, and it was mostly pasta, like ravioli stuff, you know? And I remember the whole time I'm like, man, I gotta get a ravioli from this Italian place, but they didn't have them. The first Italian place I went to, they didn't have ravioli, so I got the pizza. The next place, they didn't have ravioli, so I got the risotto. The next place I went, they didn't have it, so I got a pizza again. I couldn't find ravioli anywhere, and I had a hankering for it. Man, this hit the spot. It had like this, like a thin, like watery sauce, which sounds terrible, but it was actually really good. I don't know how to describe the flavor. Let me think. Rip ravioli. Yeah, it was a rip, but I was so happy. I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but this is what I wanted. This is one of the things I wanted. So I think I hit all my check marks except for, oh, donair. That was the thing I wanted. Donair kebab. Couldn't find it. I'll have to go to like, you know, the heartland of Germany or like Berlin or something next time. Anyway, actually I won't because I'll be going to France and I'll be going to Chamonix and Vangen again. But anyway, yeah, the ravioli was, oh yeah, the sauce. Yeah, so the sauce was like a watery sauce, but it did have flavor. It was like acidic, but not too acidic. It was acidic and fatty of a sauce. I guess it was an emulsion of some kind, but it was very thin. And so anyway, you had the grapeseed blossoms that would like soak up the sauce. So what I did was I have a piece of ravioli, a piece of the grapeseed blossom, and I would soak up all the sauce and just have a bite of all that. And the grapeseed, it was tangy. It was almost mild. I mean, it was vegetal. Yeah, it was so good. And the raviolis were just what I needed. I didn't need like a tomato sauce. I don't need Chef Boyardee tomato sauce, anything up in here. I don't need ground beef or anything. They're just raviolis, bunch of ravioli, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of filling, vegetable or whatever, something or another. It hit the spot, exactly what I needed, especially since I was like having like a 20 something hour day at this point. So that was perfect. And of course bread again, amazing. It was like this seedy bread. It had like pumpkin seeds and like other kind of seeds mixed throughout it. Oh, that was I think the best bread of the whole trip. Maybe second only to the focaccia, but they were good in different ways. It was very good. Let me think. The cream and I remember it was a little like ramekin, like an oval ramekin shape. And it had like this cream, like mascarpone texture, and it was this light, delicate. It wasn't light as in airy. It was light in flavor. It was kind of like vanilla-y, but very, very light flavor. But it was dense in texture. Again, it was like mascarpone cheese, or like it was like thicker than ricotta cheese, maybe. Or maybe it was a little light. Maybe there were a couple air bubbles. It's hard to tell on the plane. Your texture's all messed up. Anyway, your taste buds are all messed up. But yeah, anyway, so it was that, and on the side, in like 1/3 or a little less than 1/3 of the dish, like part was the cream, and the other part was like this like jam. It was I think like Johannisberry or like some kind of or what do you call that in English? The what do you call those? Like red currants, I think, or like raspberry or something like that. It was some kind of jam. Did I say? No, just some kind of jam. Yeah. Anyway, amazing. It was so good because you could. Here's what I like about heterogeneity, right? Is you have the choice, right? So you can have a mouthful of cream, you can have a mouthful of jam, or you can mix them together. You can change the proportion at which you mix them together. Ah, it's so good. And like all the meals were like this. Like again, like the meal of like the meal I had in Fusen with like the pork and the spätzle and you know the good sauce and stuff like that, right? Is you can choose what you want. You know, you can have a little bit of the pork and a little bit of spätzle, or you can have the spätzle and the green beans with bacon, or you can have the sauce with the spätzle, or the sauce and the pork, or you can have just a spoonful of sauce if you want. Actually, there was no spoon, but I'm sure you could find a way. You know, so I like the choice, the heterogeneity of that. And same thing that, oh yeah, the other good meal, the roasty on the way up the mountain in Vangen. Or no, that was on the way back. I hiked up the mountain and then, or wait, no. I took the tram up the mountain, hiked up, hiked back. Then I was eating, and then I was about to hike down. Yeah, the meal I had there. Yeah, it was the roasty with little chunks of meat and a sauce and mushrooms. And so it's the same thing. You can have just potato. The roasty is like potato, right? It's like shredded potato, like pancakey type thing. So you can have just potato. You can have the potato with the sauce. You can have the meat with the sauce, and the meat with the mushrooms, the mushroom, the sauce, the mushroom, the potato, the mushroom, the meat, and the sauce. You can have everything. Any combination you can think of, you can have it. It's so good. It's like, so yeah, anyway. That was my argument for heterogeneity. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, I think that's all. Yeah, and so I headed back. I guess I can talk like up until now. So when I got back, Neko making me hungry. Yeah, sorry. I gotta do streams like describing food. Like I need to make more interesting food. Because usually I just make only soups, but like I want to start getting back into like cooking again. I want to start making like I made like, what was it? Shepherd's pie with lentils instead of dead animals. I know I just talked about all the animals I ate here, but okay, there's no vegan options here. There are very few vegan options. So I just decided to embrace it, okay? I think it's forgivable. Like, I just think it's and probably like, because consider this, right? Is 3 weeks out of the year I'm eating animals and animal products. The rest of the year I'm not, right? The entire rest of the year when I'm at home I'm not, which I think makes a way bigger difference. That is my argument. I know actual vegans won't agree with that. I'm not an actual vegan. I just eat vegan food most of the time. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, maybe I'll have to do that and like make more stuff, because I've made good food previously. I mean, I want to try new stuff. Like I said, like I want to try making really good bread, and I want to try making like a vegan like fondue of some kind and something like that, you know, and like a potatoes in sauce dish, like a baked something like that. Yeah, why is this person's hand in the photo? Get out of here, person. Gosh dang person. Anyway, yeah, so I got back to America, right? Like probably, or wait, let me think when I left. I left mid-morning and I got there at like, oh yeah, I left at 11 a.m. and I got here at 2 p.m. So I think I was having, and the flight was how long? It was a long flight. I was probably approaching a 24-hour day, which I know is not a lot for some people, but I never do that, so it's really bad for me. Yeah, I get back and it's just like immediately like, oh, well, I was gonna complain about the smoking, but they were smoking in Europe. There was a lot of smoking there. That's the one downside. But anyway, there were people smoking here and like, you know, just like, and I was driving back and homie in a truck is playing rap music loud enough to vibrate the button on my car's emergency brake. You know, well, actually not a lot of cars have this. But if you know old cars, here, let me look up stuff. Here, do I have Firefox? Hopefully I don't dox myself at all, ever. Yeah, I have one of these. So it's a little like older. Oh yeah, it's like kind of like this, right? What are you doing? It's not my birthday. What are you doing? Happy birthday. It's not for another, wait, what? Wait, is it my birthday? Wait. Excuse me? Happy birthday, Neko. Yeah, Neko birthday. Wait, what? Is it? 25. Oh, it's when I made my account. Oh my gosh. It's when I first made my account on 9/13. On my birthday. This is my first stream though. Frick, I gotta start working on a 1-year highlights video. Frick. Okay, anyway, back to the topic. Yeah, so this is the kind of emergency. Happy birthday, thank you. Way, happy birthday. Wow, what a good day to do this on. We should celebrate. We've celebrated enough. Neko first Zatsudan or anniversary. Yeah, anniversary and birthday. It's both. Yeah, well, this was a good thing to do today then. It was a good, what do you call that? Oh, anniversary will be on the 25th actually, now that I think about it, because this is my first stream. So this is my birthday, yay! Happy birthday. I'll eat a banana chocolate chip muffin for my birthday. This is kind of cool. I should do a karaoke at some point. That's the next on my list. Anyway. Right, so this is the kind of emergency brake I have. I was driving back. The truck was had the rap music loud enough to vibrate this thing. Because it vibrates like sometimes, but it vibrated like constantly. Like I was like trying to get away from it. Yeah, it was bad. It's like, and I just couldn't stop thinking. I'm like, man, welcome back, Neko. You're back in America. It's like you're not in Europe anymore. Like this is I'm like, yeah, I want to go back. It was at literally that exact moment I thought, I literally like was, well, I took the train and then I was like, a few minutes driving from the airport. I'm like, I want to go back. I want to go back. Screw it here. It's so stupid. I have to stupid drive for like an hour because there's no flight. Like it's such a, it's so bad. Look at this. It's water. Look at people walking. You can walk. Imagine that. You can walk. Ignore that. Well, that's just a little cart. It's not much bigger than a person or a bike, It's so much better there. Like, look, I mean, the street is like, only one car could pass at a time, right? It's like, and you have these sidewalks and these little things, little like, what do you call those? Like restaurants and shops that you can go to and you can just walk there. It's just so much better. Oh, it's so much better there. It's literally, I'm sorry, it's just a better country. What did I say? Wait, is that only picture I have of Vengen? Oh no, I have some before this. I was gonna say I gotta better have more. Of like downtown or something, you know? There we go. Like this. Like you just walk and it's like the hotel's here. You just walk. You walk around here, down the hill. The shops are like all down here. They're just right there. It's like less than 5-minute walk. Cows. I know the cows. There were so many. I had to prune the cow pictures. There were so many. I think I skipped one. Here we go. Cows. Moo. Gonna become Ushimiya right here. I better be careful. Really? I thought I had another cow pic. Oh, cows. Anyway. There were also sheep, but I couldn't get a good picture of them. They were like just right in town. Oh, here we go. Moo! I love them so much. Aren't they so cool? And they're just chilling there. So the path, there's no fence here. The path is just right here. I think you can see. This is the path. This like dirt like stuff. Well, that's not the path. Don't step in that. That's not the path. Don't step on that. Moo! But the path like this right here, this is the path like right here. And so there's like a, what there will be is there's like an electric fence like here. I don't know if they're electric. I assume, oh no, that's a cable car. But around here, there's like an electric fence like around the edges. And there's a little like fence thing. You'll have to like take the clip and like pick it up and then like put it back to cross. It's like so the cows don't. The correct path is the cow droppings. No! Gross. Look at this one. He's so angry. He's like, man, this guy stole my spot. That's not nice. And this guy's like, hey, screw you. This was my spot to be in the first place to begin with, Moo. And this is like, man, I wish I could hang out with those guys, but it's their spot, so I want to respect that. Or maybe he's just chilling. He's like, so nice chilling in this grass field on a cloudy day. Just had my fill of grass. Well, now Cowboys acting, yes! Let's go. Yeah, there were a bunch of cows. Like, I mean, I probably have way more cow pictures than this. They were just, you would cross, like, the electric fence, like, from here, like, it would be from, like, here. Or let's see, like, from here, you can't see my mouse. From, like, here, you'd cross to, like, here. It'd be, like, a circle-ish, like that, right? And then it would be, like, here would be the next, it would be, like, right, there'd just be continual just cow areas. It was so cool, man. It's just, I don't know why, because I feel bad. Like, I see cows in America and it's like, you know, it's like they're gonna produce milk for 2 years and then become a hamburger. Like, it's kind of sad. These cows, like I read a thing, like the farmers here are subsidized by the government to keep like their farming practice alive. So these cows, like, they're just chilling, you know. Although I guess I don't know what happens after they stop producing milk. I mean, I just assume the practices are better there than here, considering they're like, you know, ancient farming practices. Like, a lot of America's farming practices have evolved in like the past like few hundred years, you know. And so that's the reason they're so brutal, is because I don't know, postmodernism, I don't know, neoliberalism, like one of those things, like whatever. The way America happened, America doesn't treat animals well. I assume they do better here, because they can just, like, you know, chill in the pasture. I can't show the picture because it has the reflection in it, but there was like the cheese vending machine, you know, just at the top of the mountain, you know, just cheese that is just locally, you know, fermented or brewed or whatever. Thought that was so cool. Anyway, that was my trip and my anniversary. Yay, happy anniversary, or happy birthday, I guess. Yeah, that was a really good stream to do on this occasion. Yeah, Zermatt just has better pictures, though. That's fair. Anyway, yay! That went way better than I thought. I gotta do more Zatsudans if I ever come up with an interesting thing in my life. Best anniversary trip ever! Well, I guess it wasn't an anniversary trip. It was just a trip I took, and now I'm doing a Zatsudan for my birthday. Yeah, the anniversary is on the 25th. That was my first stream. I'll make like a 1 year highlights for this month on the 25th. I gotta get started on that. I have a good song I want to use for it, though, so I think it's gonna be really good. That'll be exciting. Anyway, I want to try to stream on YouTube more from now on, because I want to. I'll see. I may do YouTube and Twitch. I'll see what ends up happening. I won't promise anything. Twitch is cool because you don't have to make thumbnails. So maybe I'll do like highlights. Let's go. Let's go. I think it'll be so cool. Yeah, Twitch is cool because like oh yeah, the no thumbnails. Yeah, I think on Twitch I'll be doing the Nuzlocke and like Stardew Valley maybe. And I think Slay the Spire might just move over to Twitch until I get good enough to like beat the Ascensions consistently. I don't want to just have a million streams of me dying right before the final boss over and over, you know? Yeah, so I thought. And then on YouTube I might do like, you know, FTL. What else do I want to do? Oh, Through the Ages. I have to finish that. Frick. I don't think I'm going to make it by the 25th, but I can try. Man, the final edited video for that is going to be such a pain. It's going to be so many hours of content. Jeez. Okay, anyway, that's the trip that I took. Hope you enjoyed. Well, thanks for hanging out. That was a good Satsudan. I should do some more of these. Maybe I'll come up with some topic I can rant about and do that. All right, so let's get started on Minecraft Phantoms now. GG, Neko. I'm glad you had a fun trip. Have a good night. You too, yeah, it was fun. Thank you, now. Thanks for hanging out. I guess that'll be all for today. Yeah, that was awesome. Anyway, we'll end it with a bye nya, se no, bye nya, kite kurete arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, thanks for coming. Ja nya, bye nya.